Now let's begin the story.
That time, motherfuckers. Dub down, motherfuckers.
H-Town's finest, 16 Shots Podcast.
I'm lightning with the blam blam.
Recording in progress.
Bang. Brah. Brah. You know what I'm saying? I had to get, you know what I'm saying, ever since my debut, you know what I'm saying, my theatrical debut, you know what I'm saying, I had to turn up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? You know, I got my ice in my ears. I don't know if I can see that people out there. You know, I just had to let the people know, you know what I'm saying, that Hollywood is treating a young brother right. You know what I'm saying?
I see you have turned on, man. I'm gonna start calling you Boogie 2 Chains. You know what I'm saying?
I got my little watch rocking. You know what I'm saying? I don't talk about the piece. You know what I'm saying? It might change throughout the show. I you know what I'm saying? But you know, just my agent sent me a check over from, you know, my collaboration I had in the world-renowned this and that movie. So you know.
And he told you to cop a choker Cuban chain, bro.
I just sent me over a little advance, you know what I'm saying? You know, the opportunities have started rolling in, you know what I'm saying, since my cameo in the movie, you know what I'm saying? So, and the projections, you know, it's sort of like an NBA draft pick, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When they know you're going to go in the first round, you know what I'm saying, they start sending you checks like, hey, man, you know what I'm saying, this is something on the front end, you know what I'm saying, just put 2% interest on that and he was back on the back end, you know what I'm saying?
And they sent you a fresh bottle of Beijing too, right?
I don't use Beijing. I just realized yesterday, I just realized that I don't even think they make Beijing for your face.
Huh?
They don't even make Beijing for your hair.
Okay. Oh, I didn't.
You have been talking about it so much, I went and just looked at it because I ain't never used it before. And it's like, no, it says do not use on your face, use on your hair only.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
Like,
how many times has something been specifically only meant for one use and people do the complete opposite?
You know, I could say more often than not. Well, not more. I say a lot. I'll say a lot. I can't say, you know, that's a tough one right there.
I use Beijing for just the general name of the hair dye. So
I know, but you know, the people don't know that, man. People be looking up Beijing like, Beijing.
Well, Beijing's some old shit though. Like Beijing ain't nothing new. Like that shit old. That shit been around forever, bro.
I you know, I keep telling you, bro. I watch, I listen to the old pods, man, and you know, there's the jury's out on some of your on some of your hair products, man. The jury is still out, man. Cause
what you mean? I don't really talk about too many hair products though. Outside of
you don't talk about it. Yeah, you don't talk about it. But I've seen the grays dissipate and return. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, but I don't. You know me, bro. I let certain things. You know, I don't. You know, I do enough. I do enough jolly gagging, you know what I'm saying? That's a tough one right there, jolly gagging. Ooh.
The only thing that I've ever done is when I was in Atlanta, the little chick liked to do the hairline enhancement thingy where I had the Steve Harvey hairline while I was real boxing. I ain't like that shit, bro.
She ain't never put no color on it?
Nah. No. I just came out of this filming, you know what I'm saying? I just did this movie. So I know some tricks. I'm kind of like in the industry now, so you know what I'm saying. You can't miss me on certain things. You know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have video of my beard not being gray?
I didn't say your beard.
I'm asking a question.
I wasn't talking about your beard though.
I didn't say you were talking about my beard. I just asked a question.
Oh no. But
I wouldn't put it in my hair if I don't put it in my beard though.
I don't know. You know,
I mean, I'm telling you, I wouldn't. I've never dyed my hair. She did a little edge up enhancement situation when I was rocking the longer hair.
Yeah.
But yeah, now outside of that, I ain't done that. Now when I let my hair grow out, some of the grays in the front, you can't see that they're good when I let my hair grow out. But yeah. So
My bad for having a hairline, bro. I'm sorry.
you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to, before we get started, I want to let you know that we still a team. You know what I'm saying? We still a team. Even though, this guy's, I'm shooting off. You know what I'm saying? The reviews for the movie are pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Pretty sure, like I said, they're gonna start calling. So just know that, that's just, we still you still locked in. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act all Hollywood and stuff. Hold on. I gotta call this. Hold on. DW, man, and it's Denzel Washington. What's up? Yeah. Equalizer 4? I don't know, man, because I had this thing I was supposed to do with Jamie Foxx. Let me hit you back, man. I'm partying right now, man. Let me call you back, man. All right, that's bad, man. Peace out. Yeah, like I was saying, man, I'm the same person, bro. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't finna switch up or change, you know what I'm saying? We still a team. I just want you to
Wait, talking about you got 3 chains on.
Yeah, I told you, man, I got a little, you know what I'm saying? I had to bring it out, you know what I'm saying? I'm letting you know. You know what I'm saying? I got the little bands from, the movie, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to,
You funny, because you don't even like Equalizer, bro.
Who said that?
You.
I ain't never said that. No,
Yes, you did.
I said I don't like John Wick, bro.
No, you 1000% shitted on Queen Latifah's Equalizer. So
yeah. Queen Latifah.
No. You gotta like the entire franchise. You gotta like Denzel and Queen Latifah. You just can't like one and omit the other.
You sure can, bro. That's not even an Equalizer movie. That's a TV series, man.
It's a part of the universe, bro. It's like the multiverse.
You think that Denzel heard Queen Latifah and was like, yeah, that's cool?
I don't think Denzel heard anything. I'm just telling you, it's a part of the multiverse of Equalizer. You know, like how you had Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr., and then, you heard that there might be a Tom Cruise Iron Man. They're still in the same multiverse. You got to take one with the other.
Yeah, but clarify that, man. I ain't never said I like Equalizer. I said I don't like.
I literally just clarified it.
Yeah. I just, I like to double down on it, man, so that, because I don't know if things get out,
oh my God.
You're not there yet, bro. So I understand. This is no knock on you.
I'm not there. As in what?
As in like my star. It's like the paparazzi and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want to be there.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just did a movie. You know what I'm saying? My movie's on, you know what I'm saying? So there's certain things that I have to, I got to clarify.
You're right.
Because, the paparazzi will come out and be like, oh, man, world-renowned actor James Boogie says, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, man.
Somebody just told me that they would rather listen to Boogie rant for 30 hours straight on a video vlog before they will listen to the Joe Budden podcast. I don't know if we should take that as a compliment or an insult.
I mean, it's preference, you know what I'm saying? I think they'd have a preference, I don't have a problem with either one, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I don't see, yeah. I don't think the Joe Budden podcast, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. What do they mean? Why? They think they don't like it or something?
I think they were being facetious.
Oh. They're saying they were being facetious about the podcast. They don't like the new iteration of the show with Ish and...
Nah, they some Joe Budden haters, bro. I don't think it has nothing to do with the podcast.
People will hate you for anything, man. I learned that a long time ago. People will dislike you for anything. I seen a guy try to break down Joe Budden and say he wasn't a great rapper because the production was bad back in the day. And Joe Budden actually ended up, addressing it. And he kind of agreed, but he's like, everybody's production was messed up back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a rush to get mixtapes out. So people weren't, unless you had a huge studio behind you, you wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have the money to get mix and master. You would record and put it out there.
Say, man, how come Dallas Cowboy fans act like they won a Super Bowl just because they won week 1? I get it, they won by an impressive number. It was like 40-0 or something like that.
Good, man.
But these Cowboys fans are annoying, bro. They win week 1 against the New York Giants, who have not been projected to be good at all. They got a middle of the pack, if not lower tier quarterback that they overpaid. Saquon Barkley is all they really got, but he can't carry the team by himself. I think the defense is slightly suspect, and it ain't like the Cowboys offense. The Giants,
yeah.
And it ain't like the Cowboys offense just looked at, great.
On top of
The defense, however, defense looks stupid. But yeah, they act like they won the Super Bowl, bro. I up and down my timeline the entire week, all I see is Dallas Cowboy fans, and they're bragging about their week 1 win over the New York Giants football team. And they just act like they won a Super Bowl. Do you see this? Is it just me? Am I slightly irritated because I am not a Cowboys fan? So it stands out more for me when I see it. Do you do more of the same? Do you see more of the same, or like do you have the same dislike for Cowboy fans?
I mean, the great American poet who just got released, B. Jizzle said, "Acting like a nigga who ain't never had nothing." You know what I'm saying? So that's what, like, I think, not to get too deep or get to which collar, but I think Cowboys fans hearken to a time in their youth when the Cowboys were great, and it reminds them of their connections with their, both the older males, or just there was a time when that was the pride of certain communities, Cowboys fans. And so they just, it really, Cowboys fans are mostly handed down. They're not created. You're born a Cowboys fan because your dad or your uncle or, whatever. But they've been sorry as fuck for, like, in the grand scheme, they've been subpar for the last 25 years.
No,
it's
not 25
crazy.
years. They've won in the last 25 years.
They ain't got out the first round but twice in 25 years.
Hold on. Time out. 20 years ago, I was 22.
When he was in the 2000s, they was garbage.
In the 2000s, they was garbage.
And 3 years before that, last championship, they won the championship, 95?
Yeah, you might be right.
So it's going on 30. It's going to be 30 years. And think about all the quarterbacks that.
So, time out. I wouldn't say they've been garbage in the last 25 years. Just because you don't win the Super Bowl, I'm not going to call you garbage.
Okay. That's why I said in the grand scheme of things. So when I say grand scheme, meaning that so the division they in, outside of the Giants winning that one, them 2, right? Eagles won 1. But that's it in that division over the last 25 years.
Last 25 years, they've had some success. They've had some down points. They had success with Romo. They just couldn't get out the first round. So I want to call them garbage. They even had they always have been contending with Dak. A lot of times when you're a Cowboys fans,
he 2-6.
Look, a lot of times when you're a Cowboys fan, it's Super Bowl or bust. And they talk way too much shit, not that one shit since I was in middle school. They haven't been garbage. They've been just like good enough to make the playoffs, and that's it. No further expectation. You know what I'm saying?
That's the point I was making.
Yeah.
I was saying that. Sorry to cut you off. But the point I'm making is that their division is so sucky that they're making the playoffs like they might be 13-3, right, or 12-4, but the division is like 7-9, 8-8, 4-4. You know what I'm saying? Their division is sorry, so they're getting easy win. They're getting 2, 4, 6, 8 easy win at the division. They catch other people either sleeping or and it shows up because we gotta go to the playoffs and play against, and everybody's good. Y'all look pedestrian, man.
I hear that a lot. So I hear that a lot, and I hear about the divisions, and they'll be like, this team's in a weak division, and this team over here is in that division. And you can have like the sorriest of sorriest NFL teams, and they really not that sorry, bro.
Yeah, they sorry compared to NFL players. There you are.
Like even when you take a NFL team that won 2 games, bro, they don't be having trash players. It might be a flaw in the system. They might be one player short. They might have like a just horrible quarterback.
Bro,
The talent level in the NFL and the NBA both. Like even in the NBA, bro, like the dude who sits right next to the cooler and never gets no playing time in the NBA, bro. If that dude can still compete. Like Pat Beverly. And I'm not disputing anything you're saying, bro. I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm just thinking about the talent level of these professional athletes. Like you take a guy like Pat Bev who when he's on the court, it looked like all he can do is play defense, bro. But in reality, if you see this dude in real life in your gym, that nigga probably looks like Jordan, bro.
Well, what I'm saying is, yeah, that's true. But and you're right. But comparing, that's like me. That's like if we compare Gallo's knowledge of roller derby to mine, right? Like, let's say he ain't done roller derby in 5 years, but he ain't compete. I mean, I don't know if he ever competed, but let's say he competed for 10 years and he ain't done it for 5, right? To other roller derby players who competing, he looks sorry to them, but to me, he looked great. So we're not comparing NFL or NBA players to the gym. Because of course they better than they're professionals. They're the best of the best.
Oh, I won't compare them at all. I was just talking about the talent level in the NBA. That's all I was saying. I wasn't comparing them to NBA players. They sorry or they better.
No, I'm saying they sorry though. I'm saying they. I'm saying if they win cool. two games, bro. If they win 2 games, right? And the average amount of wins for the league is 4 or 5, and they won 2. They sorry, man. They ain't the one player. That's the team as a whole collectively is sorry.
I got you.
They got talent, but talent could be sorry too.
I got you.
But anyway, we had a special guest, man, on the show. I forgot to send I didn't forget. I got caught up. I'm gonna send it to Doe right now. But the one, the only. First off, before I introduce you, I want to tell you too, Gallo. You know what I'm saying? I made my major film debut on Tuesday, you know what I'm saying? So I talked to my agent, you see I got the bling on, you know what I'm saying? I talked to my agent, I got some offers on the table, Did you see the clip, Dub?
Is that a donut in the background, Gallo?
Yeah, it's a plushie.
Oh, that's fire. What clip? I didn't see a clip. A movie clip?
Oh, yeah. Let me send both of y'all a clip right quick, man, so y'all can see my camera. I'm sorry. I thought I sent everybody, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you did make the cut. I know you was nervous about that.
I was nervous about that, man. I made the cut, man.
And so, because you made the cut, you decided to go out and get you a BDSM choker chain, bro? Like, you could have got a slightly longer chain, pause.
You know what I'm saying? Really, what it was is, you know what I'm saying, this one right here is for the short bitches, right here. This one right here is for the medium side. I mean, this is for the short ones, medium, and this is for the tall chicks, you know what I'm saying? And it's not for them to grab on.
Bro, you couldn't even put your finger underneath that chain. That's how tight it is.
What you mean, man? I ain't trying to some people, man. Anyway, let me send you the what's called to the itinerary. Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm a superstar, man. So I ain't changed, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same guy, you know what I'm saying? I'm the same guy. Nothing changed about me. You know what I mean? Hold on. One second.
He's been doing this throughout the night.
No, come on. Look,
what's this movie or show or whatever your debut that you're doing in? What's the, don't give out the name yet. What's the idea? What's the premise? Is it horror, thriller?
It's a drama.
Comedy?
I'm talking to Halle Berry right quick. Hold on. Halle, come on, man. Come on. Nah. I mean, look, I don't know how you got the number Halle Berry, but I'll call you back. I'm busy right now. All right, peace, sir. Man,
Hey, man,
but
if you ever
what?
get some celebrity, bro, you gonna be out of line.
What you mean? I'm regular, bro.
No, you
I'm
not,
regular,
bro.
man. I'm regular, man.
You regular
I'm regular,
extra.
man. I mean, I just feel like I'm regular, man. It's because I'm shining right now. You know what I'm saying? Bling bling. Every time I come around your city, bling bling.
Do you wear those
Pinky
out the
bling,
house?
word about 50, bling bling. I tried the other day, but I got pulled over, man. The cop said my eyes were shining too bright. I was stopping traffic, so I had to go back in the house. Man. And change clothes, man.
Can you ever have a straight conversation with JB, like off air?
No, off air. Yeah, like in normal life, yeah.
Okay.
In
Hold
normal,
up, man.
He's just extra for the camera.
yeah, in normal life,
False.
in normal life, none of our conversations end up the way our conversations end up on the damn pod. Just
That's
in
not
normal
true.
life.
That's not the truth, bro. That's not the truth.
If we're sober,
Look, I'm saying, hold up. I'm not extra or non-extra. I'm the same person the whole way through.
no, you're right.
I'm
You're
not,
no in life. You're fucking extra as shit. Like
Hold
you
up,
are,
man.
but
how?
you're just extra, bug. Bug, you are
So you
extra.
telling me because my eyes is blinded and the cops pulled me over, talking about, sir, you can't do that. So I'm being extra. That makes me extra.
You're being extra, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Oh man. Yeah, I had Andre 3000 send me, because
Now
I'm
you-
trying to move with him.
Now you just told us last pod that you found
Yeah.
a website that had the Flint Tropics on there. So now you
No,
switching it up.
no. I did not
Now
say
you
it.
yes
I
you did. No.
I
Either you said
What?
it when me and you were talking before we started, or you said it during the podcast. But we talked
See,
about this because we
and
talked
this is
about
how it starts.
No.
And this
no.
is how it starts.
I
right?
remember this because we talked about
They start
no.
creating narratives.
I'm not
to
creating
shoot
the
you
narrative.
Down.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked
Andre
about this.
3000
No,
sent me
we
this jersey.
talked about a website because you. Matter of fact, you and D-Ray were informing me of Toomey. I think that's the name of it. The website
Look,
that has all
man.
the fly shit on it.
Andre
Temu.
3000.
And you
Andre-
said that you got you low key said you picked up the Jackie Moon or whatever it is, the Flint
You want me to
Tropics,
call
bro.
him? You want me to call him?
No, please don't.
You want me to call him? I'll put him on the phone, bro.
Well, if you're gonna get an interview for us, then yeah. But if you're gonna call about the Flint Tropics jersey, then don't call.
Let me I'm gonna call him right now, man, because you think I don't know Andre 3000.
Sir, Gallo didn't come on this podcast for this.
I never know what
that?
I'm coming off for though. That's real talk. I never know what's going to happen.
I
might get a text. Oh, we're talking about this, like in the middle of the episode. I'm like, oh, that's what we're supposed to be talking about. All right.
I thought he asked the bonus. He got one of them crazy messages like, "Yo, what's up? It's me, 3 Stacks." You know what it is. So I'm gonna call him back. But did I send you the itinerary? I think I did.
You did, but my phone is my camera as well right now, so I can't.
Oh, okay. I'll type it on here then.
And since you don't have an iPhone, no, go ahead. You don't have to send it to me. I'm gonna follow along.
Okay. Well, let me.
You know, if you didn't have all them kids, you probably could afford an iPhone.
Oh man. I don't have no all. I mean, I have a couple.
That's it.
2. But I was gonna say, so this I just saw something about side pieces, and I want to dive into what is a side piece and where that term really came from, and is it valid in today's society?
You mean valid? Like, is it a valid to have one, or is it valid to call it a side piece? A side piece?
Yeah, is it? I mean, to each his own. You know how they want to get down, but is it valid to use that terminology in today? Because I mean, I think our society, ever so slowly and ever so reluctantly, is blossoming into something that's more accepting, and more of a relative society where like, okay, it was times where if you were a certain kind of way or presented anything in this type of way, then you were ostracized from everything. Like there was no space for you to do nothing. But I think we're getting to a space where, you know, and there's pushback from either side saying, oh man, they pushing this agenda, or they shouldn't be able to do that, or da da da. But I think it's just the natural maturation of a society to be able to, you know, to become more accepting of the ultimate variety of life, of people, you know. But
as long as you have married men with wives and they've been married over 3 years, you're gonna forever have side chicks.
But why are they side chicks then? Why is that the word they call?
Your wife don't allow you to have girlfriends, so therefore you got to have a chick on the side she don't know about, and that's why it's called a side chick. If your female don't know about it, if you can't openly date this young lady, and your female know about it, and it has to be done on the side in the dark, it's a side chick, bro.
Okay,
Otherwise, it's just a girlfriend.
Or a situationship, because sometimes, well, I guess you could have multiple girlfriends, but they all got to be on the same page about it too. I mean, there's so many variations of what it could and couldn't be, depending on whether it's a marriage. It could be just a long-term relationship, because nowadays it's not even beneficial for men to get married, with the risk of divorce and everything that man can lose if they don't have a prenup. So, I mean, it's like a whole spectrum of stuff that we can't even touch on one episode.
Yeah, I think societal wise, it's not. I understand what Boogie was saying at first, or what the question he was asking. Societal wise, I don't think it matters anymore. I think we're living in an age where a multitude of different forms or variations of relationships or companionship is acceptable. So I don't think it's like it was 30 years ago, 40 years ago, where it's frowned upon if a man has multiple female girlfriends or wives, or if a woman has multiple men. I think it's more acceptable now.
20, 30 years ago, it was frowned upon that it was exposed, or that, you know, the guy screwed up and let other people know that he had a side piece. Like, as long as nobody knew about it, as long as his side chick knew to stay in her lane on the other side of town and not come around and not be in the wife's face, that's where it was frowned upon. Like, you know, infringing on the family, like the family and the kids seeing that daddy isn't a good dad. He's, you know, he's a two-timer. I think that's where things started going down a slippery slope. Because I mean, even nowadays, it's more frowned upon that the family and the kids find out rather than just him having one. Because I mean, especially with online situationships or with the social media and stuff, it's hard to hide that kind of stuff anymore.
Well, let me ask you this. And that's why I wanted to ask you, have this topic for you too. How cultural do you think that phenomenon is? Meaning historically and presently. Like, 'cause I think historically there are certain historically and culturally there are certain ways that different cultures, you know, classify side chicks, if you want to call her, you know, side lovers. You know, some of them might be like, in some, it's expected almost in some cultures. Oh yeah, the man gonna have another one over here, you know. And others, it's like, if you do that, that's the end of, you know. So do you think there's also a cultural element to it?
Oh yeah. Like in France, it's very common. Like in France, you're not man enough if you don't have a mistress, but having a mistress kind of involves having enough money to support them. Like, put them in their own apartment, take them out to eat, take them to fancy places. In some Italian American cultures too, that's allowed a lot, especially in Mexican America or Latin America. You know, that's kind of the norm for machismo in general. That, you know, if you take care of your family and your wife is taken care of at home, money wise, sex wise, and your kids, you know, they're going to school, they got all the clothes they need, then if you got the time and you got the means, then yeah, you can go pick up a side chick and do whatever you want with her. But at least from my experience, what I saw growing up from 70s to 80s, it was accepted, but it kind of had like the Catholic rules of you shouldn't do things. So like Catholically, you're not supposed to have sex before marriage. But if you do, you're not supposed to wear a condom because then you're preventing a possible soul. And then if you do get pregnant, well, then you're not supposed to abort it or do anything. You're supposed to bring that baby to term because that's another soul. And so there's all these little conditions like you're not supposed to, but if you fuck up, then don't do this. And if you fuck up doing that way, well, then don't do that. So with machismo, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, hey, you can have a side chick, but the family can't find out about her. And if they do find out about her, they can't find out if you have any kids with her. And if they do have kids with her, you can't let your kids meet each other. They can't, your half siblings can't meet each other at all, period. So it's kind of like all these little steps and extras, but it's not unspoken. It's more joked about because that was kind of like the basis for me falling into being an intercourse addict is that, my value as a man from the time I was 5 was the more women you're with, the more of a man you're going to be. When I was in a ladies' locker room and I saw a bunch of half naked women and a couple of naked women, my stepfather and my father bragged to all their friends. Yeah, my son's already 5 and he's already seeing pussy and titties and bush and this, that, and the other. Yeah. So from that point, I'm like, oh shit, I have to do more shit like this. A couple of months after that, I got this girl to, show me, pull up her skirt and show me her panties. And then I got her to pull down her panties for me. And that was another round of getting bragged on and, showing off. And yeah, your little boy, he's a little faggot because he can't get girls to do this for him. But my stepson can do this. So, being taught like that, and it's not being told, go be a pervert, go chase after women, go do this. It's encouraged that when you do those kind of things, you're seen as more of a man, you're seen as more masculine. So, and that's at least Latin American cultures. French culture might be a little bit different. From my understanding from some French people I know, it's a little more on the down low, a little more subtle. Like flirting over there isn't like, hey, ma, what's up? It's just kind of like a look, a wink, and a smile. And if they don't see it, well, then oh well. But it's a lot more subtle in France. So different cultures are going to have different things on how accepted it is and how overtly you can do things.
I always make the point to tell them, I talk to my friends or just people I know, and it dawned on me like, man, how many of our parents, self-included, how many of our parents' relationships are clean cut or textbook, right? Met a guy in high school or met a guy in college, married, had kids, right? A lot of our stories, our parents' stories, are tangled. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, met this guy in Bush College, together for 4 or 5 years. He wasn't the person trying to be divorced, so I got half brothers, or what they would call half brothers and sisters, right? Or, the stories aren't clean. You know what I mean? But like you said, culturally, it's projected that this is the way it's supposed to be, or this is the way this is normality. So, as a young person, I wonder how many kids wondered, like, dang, this is what they're teaching us, whether it be in church or in school or just the TV propaganda. But then I look at my household, it ain't that. So obviously my household messed up. But in reality, they're the outliers. You know what I mean? The textbook is the outlier. But
I didn't look at it like that. I mean, I come from a blended household. I didn't look at it like that. I didn't look at it how you explained it. So when I say that, I mean, I didn't look at it like there was this perfect way of it had to happen. That's not the example that, we were given. My dad had a kid before he married my mom. My mom had a kid before they got married. So, I have 2 siblings and we don't have the same parents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So my parents didn't show us this picture perfect example of what it should look like. They did show us how it should look once you are together.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like a perfect, we met in high school and went from here, from there. They never told us that. They told us, once you are committed, this is how it should look. And you can make mistakes, and it's okay to make mistakes, but take care of your responsibilities if you do have to co-parent or something like that. So adjust your
Makes
camera,
sense.
bro. I only see half your face.
I know, man.
There you
It's
go.
because what happened was the bling, man, was so bright. I had to get it a certain angle because if I didn't, then it might have to call police again, man. Because the light hitting it, then it's not past 9. It's not past 12, so the moon is not at its perfect,
Hey, how many of you
Yeah.
brothers be in a grocery store and see the people walking around with upside down pineapple in their basket?
I've seen it a few times, but not that often.
Me neither. I have seen it a couple of times, and I usually see it when I'm shopping in the more Caucasian area of the city. But ever since I found out that was a sign of swingers, like we wanna play, I
Yeah.
always make sure I am looking in everyone's basket who has a pineapple to see if it's upside down. I feel like that's a move you would pull, Boogie.
Nah. I often say, man, I can't even answer that question.
Not painting a narrative. Like I know you are.
I mean,
I
you
don't-
gotta say what I am. I'm gonna have to say, look.
I can't
I'm-
give you.
I-
I can't
Why
give
are you
you
ashamed
my
of it?
opinion of you. Damn.
No, I don't
nigga.
want
Are
to
you
finish.
ashamed of you?
Let me finish what I'm gonna say. Let me finish what I'm gonna say. I stopped myself, but I'm gonna say it. I feel like when I go out with a woman, a lady, I expect other men to find her attractive. So there might be an element of me not paying attention enough to the basket because I'm thinking, oh, he looking at her because she got on tight pants or he like how she look or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I might have missed the opportunity several times because I wasn't looking at it out of I don't know what the word is, but yeah, like that.
Oh, you seem like a very inquisitive young man, so I would assume that you would just. I even thought about doing it a couple of times, just flip the pineapple upside down just to see if it really happened. Like, see if someone is really gonna approach me with like a proposition, bro. Like,
Don't play with the sex gods, man, or I don't know what they call. You see what happened to Aaron, the other Aaron, Aaron Rodgers, man, playing with the football gods, trying to go to the Jets, still a Super Bowl, man. He didn't get for 3 plays in. He done for the year.
still a win. He got paid, so
Wait, what does that have to do with
It has
with
nothing to do
pineapples and
with
swingers?
nothing at all. It has
It has
nothing.
everything.
It has nothing to do with it. But I've come to live with Boogie and his boogieisms.
Let me connect it because I'm saying when you doing it just to see what's happening and you're not really serious about it, like Aaron Rodgers,
Whoa, time out. Who said I wasn't serious about it?
you did.
I didn't say that.
You said just to see. He said just to
Just to see the reaction, see if you
Reaction,
get
yeah.
proposition.
I
He
did.
didn't say. He didn't say no. Just to no. He
Oh,
said
I literally said to see if I'll get proposition.
Okay,
And I
I'm
stopped
saying-
it there.
Well, it seems I'm saying that that's what Aaron Rodgers did. The same thing. He went and did something, trying to do it. That's just to see what happened. Let me see if I go to New York. And then the football guys was like, nah, bro, sit down for the rest of the season, man. We've seen this before. Happened with Harden, happened with Harden, happened with Karl Malone, and
I don't think it has anything to do with our upside down pineapple.
It does.
Bro.
It does, man. It does. You can try to see it, but it's there. It's there. It doesn't have to be a straight line. Sometimes it could be a lob or a curveball, or maybe a slider. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be a fastball all the time. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if that's. But side pieces, man. Side pieces.
Why you got a side chick? You thinking about getting another one?
No. I mean, but I was going to the very point of saying, like, is that one of them terms that's going to turn to like the F word, the new F word?
What's the new F word?
The one that rhymes with baby flies.
With maggot?
Yeah. Like I
What's
said,
wrong with faggot?
It don't have to be you know what I'm saying? It's like the new like
Words only have the power you give it. I mean,
Yeah, I
somebody
believe
drops
it.
a hard R. Do you care anymore?
it depends because the power of the word in totality, yeah, is only in the person who says it. But the context of the word also depends on the person who says it, how they say it, right? So not that I'm mad at that person and giving them my power, I'm just realizing the context that they mean it in, right? So like, even though, like, if I got on TV today and said, man, that F word, right? That has become like a curse word. Or let me switch it up. If I went on and said that midget, if I said that midget over there, right? I shouldn't say that, you know what I'm saying? They'd be like, what, man, now they dwarfs or little people. We don't like, you know what I'm saying? It's a curse word. Not because they're giving up their power, just because the word's connotation has changed to this point. That's how I feel like side piece might turn into, not to that extent, but in that same realm of, don't say that. That's nasty and rude.
I mean, so a lot of times with a lot of these words, I feel like it's SJWs that get offended for other people. You know, I got dropped with hard R when I was younger. I presented more black, so up until like second grade, I mean, I got called nigger left and right, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I didn't think I was. I mean,
Yeah.
heretically, you know, my parents are both Mexican, so why are they calling me nigger?
Yeah.
And so it wasn't until later on with DNA stuff and whatever, I find out, okay, one of my great grandparents was full, another one of my great grandparents was half or three quarters or whatever, and you know, so I'm like 8 and some less than 12%, so less than an 8, whatever it is, right? And so now I know that, but as a kid, I'm like, that's not me, and I would get hurt and offended that I was even considered that. Not that it was I was being offended personally because I was being called that, but because I was being considered something I'm not, or I thought I wasn't. You know, that I'm not black. Why are you calling me that? But then, you know, on the same token, there was other kids that were calling me raghead because also in certain aspects or whatever, I appeared Middle Eastern, Arab, whatever you want to call it. So I've been offended or, you know, labeled or whatever different things growing up until I present now as I present. And so now, every now and again, I'll get a question like, hey, are you a quarter? Are you an eighth? Are you this or whatever? And it's after the fact, I get to know some people. Like this last job I had, you know, there's one dude, which was crazy. He's redneck as fuck, but he's Greek. And he would drop hard R's left and right. And one day I told him, you know, I'm part black, right? And he goes, what? No. And I'm like, yeah, I am. It's not like I brag about it or fucking have to wear dashikis to show or whatever. But it's still one of those things like, okay, I know what this type of person is. I know what where their heart really is. So if they're saying that about black people around me, what are they saying about Latinos or Mexicans or whatever you want to call us behind my back, you know? And so just keep them at arm's distance. So that I see it as just, okay, I know what category and how much to relate and come around to that person. It's not it's not about, you know, being offended. And on the flip side of that, now that I've quit my job and I do stuff working with a guy that helps homeless, there's some SJWs that come in. They're unhoused. I'm like, what? Who cares what you label them as? They don't care if you call them homeless. When I was homeless 12 years ago, I didn't care. Now I still don't care. I find it stupid that they're just trying to find something else to talk about, like being unhoused, whatever. So, anyways.
That's wild. That's wild. Because I always think about that too. Well, I think about some of the aspects of what you said when you talk just the words that we use, and when you said raghead, and like that's offensive, right? But if you think about it, like, dang man, they mad because you call it. I mean, it's offensive, but it's childish. You know what I'm saying? It's super childish, man. Like raghead, like that's not like it's prideful on one party's part to be like, you can't refer to me in that manner. And it's disrespectful on the other party's manner to refer to that manner. It's kind of trivial if you think about it, man. It's like, just a word, man. I don't like it. I don't condone it, but it's funny how the smallest thing can have the biggest reactions. This person over here who's calling you brother is robbing you blind, calling you brother, calling you best friend. The person over here works with you, doesn't cheat you, is honest with you to a fault, to where he like calls you the way he feels about you. But he ain't robbing you, he ain't stealing you, he ain't got no plans to plot against you, he ain't trying to fuck your wife, none of that. not that it gives him a right to say that or to be a type of way, but it's just ironic, you know.
Which is worse.
Exactly. I don't know which is worse, Dub.
I'm antisocial, so I don't know.
But you,
Because I slap both the motherfuckers the same. I don't give a shit, bro. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know.
I mean, I guess that's wild. That's wild, though. That's wild. I remember the first time I heard Camel Jockey, I was like, damn, them niggas thought that up, man.
I heard.
I was like, ooh.
See, but just the thing though, man, I fucking hate society sometimes because, like, I hate this new age society sometimes because I understand that some people are offended by the words that we say.
Yeah.
But, you know, I like a good slur sometimes for comic relief. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, you know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the flip side of it is if the slur is on you, will you feel the same way?
So I have respect for people that don't want to be referred to as a certain thing or they don't like a certain word being spoken around them. I understand that and I respect that. And if you tell me you're not comfortable with that, I won't do it. Yeah. When I say a good slur, it's probably mainly just for comedic relief, not being mean-spirited, calling somebody that, just, you know, maybe stand-up jokes or
unless you're friends with them.
Yeah, like dark humor jokes or something like that, off-color jokes or whatever. Like, I'm not cool with somebody being, mean to somebody and just trying to call somebody a slur. But, you know, if I'm amongst friends and we got some off-color jokes just flying around, yeah, I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? As long as it ain't nothing disrespectful. Like,
I'm gonna say, man, you just said that you could be in a room with some off-color jokes going around. But how far is too far for Dub?
That's a slippery slope.
Just think of any ethnicity and, you know, they hit you with a hard R and you hit them with whatever their slur is.
Yeah.
I mean, if you've been friends since high school or the past 10 years or even the past 2 or 3 years, but you chop it up all the time and talk shit about everybody and each other, then it should be okay in that context. But then when you're outside of that, then it can be an issue.
Yeah.
It's a slippery slope. If I'm chilling with a white homie, you know what I'm saying? We can have some stereotypical jokes and it'd be okay. You can't call
Caucasian. They're not called whites. Caucasian. You can't call them whites.
Yeah, if I'm having a conversation with my white homie, you know what I'm saying? You can't call me a nigga. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the shit slapped out of you. Like. What
about Paul Wall? Doesn't he get a pass?
Fuck no. I don't care.
What?
No.
Hold on. You say if Paul Wall tomorrow. Paul Wall hears the first mixtape. Like, who are these boys? Man, they ain't going hard, man. Bring them to the studio. You know, and like, oh yeah, Paul Wall won't pay for us to do a song with them features. We getting 25 bands a piece. Boom. Okay, do the song. He say, I want to go back and forth with you. You know, so okay, Paul Wall, Dub, back and forth, okay. And he say, my nigga Dub, it's going down. What you gonna be like?
25 grand ain't enough for you to call me nigga. I'm gonna slap the shit out that white boy.
You gonna slap Paul Wall for saying my nigga?
Slap the taste out his mouth.
How you gonna slap that man for saying what he want to say, man?
Hey, he can say what he want to say.
What makes
he just can't say it to me?
Paul, how do you feel? I'm being facetious. I'm not trying to start an argument. I'm just asking you this, the other side of that. You telling me because you feel a certain way about something that gives you the right to hit me?
Because I'm gonna respect you as well. So if there are words that you did that are disrespectful to you, I'm not gonna say that to you. I'm not gonna have a rap with him with racial slurs in it towards a white person as well. So I'm not gonna have a rap calling him a cracker or something equivalent to that. So respect me as well. Don't get on the track with me and say I'm rapping with A-Dub, my nigga. Once you get through saying nigga, you're gonna get slapped the shit out of.
That's wild. I mean, I get you.
I mean, it's
Does he
respected.
ever sing it though in his raps though? Does he ever drop it in?
Nah, he's.
I don't know.
Paul Wall
I'm
don't say
trying to
that.
think. I don't think he ever has.
Nah, he's
I,
not.
the whole thing was I was being facetious too. It was
Yeah.
like if Paul Wall, being a Houston celebrity, maybe married to a black woman, I mean, it'd be like Gary Owen or Bill Burr. I mean, same thing. They're
Yeah.
married to black women, so do they get a pass?
I mean,
Not that I think I've ever heard them say it, but
Fat Joe says it all the time.
yeah,
It's
but he's
always- Puerto
He's
Rican,
not.
right?
He's Puerto Rican. He's no
Yeah.
black. No part of black in him. Who else?
I've had that conversation too, though, bro. I've had that conversation too, and I've actually been around a group of younger Hispanic dudes, and they was letting the N-word fly, and I just asked straight up, bro, when you around me, you can't say nigga around me, bro, and they respect it, and they stopped saying it.
But so you
See,
it's interesting.
I mean, I'm not as black as either of you, clearly. If someone has to like turn side to side before they say nigga or anything,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's when I got a problem. But if they're just dropping it left and right, like it's part of their vocabulary, not so much as like talking down to people, but just referring to each other that way, then it bothers me still in a sense. But
But see,
anyways,
I've had this conversation recently with a Puerto Rican from Puerto Rico, still halfway lives in Puerto Rico, and the lineage of Puerto Ricans with black Puerto Ricans off the boat from Africa, because that was like a part of the slave trade.
right?
Their lineage is dark skinned people, so to them, they're part black.
So what a white person says, well, everybody's from Africa, so I'm black too.
Cool, and I'm still gonna smack the shit out of them. I mean, cool, bro. I'm still gonna smack the shit out of them.
I mean, I feel like that's just a wild concept. That's a wild
42,
concept. I mean,
42-year-old Doug might have a conversation first. I might have a conversation first. So 42-year-old
I thought you
Doug.
were older than us.
Oh,
no,
man.
he's a baby, man. He's a
Boogie
baby,
one is
man.
damn near 50.
We the same. Me and him the same age, man. So
I don't believe that. I believe that you're like 48 and Gallo is like 45. You know what I'm saying?
See what I'm saying? I'm gonna say, like being at the high school we went to, there were some Hispanic guys who grew up around all black people their whole life. So for them, it wasn't nothing to be like my N-word, my N-word. It was nothing, and there was no malice behind it. That's how they grew up. Like this, literally how they grew up. So like, you know what I mean? Like, you have some people who get tough and get mad and want to yell it out when they fight. What's up, my nigga? We fighting now. So now all of a sudden we in the middle of Bel Air. But when we fight, we say, I mean, that's an act to try to intimidate. But I'm talking about these kids, like, really, really, like, they don't say it. This is like, man, they're tripping, man. It's just in them. So you can tell somebody who grew up a certain way, whatever. Like, you can't say it around me, like, bro. I mean, I get you, but I'm just saying that's wild. That's a wild concept for me.
See, I think if they did grow up that way, like if they grew up in A-Leaf and Forest Brook, other quote unquote black parts of Houston, I think they would stand on 10 toes and say, fuck you, nigga. And then, they'd square up. Like they wouldn't even give a shit anymore. Like if Dub wants to hit them, fine, but they're going to swing back because they're like, hey, this is who I am. This isn't me trying to offend you or offend anybody else. This is me.
Yeah.
So in a sense, Dub kind of has the right answer, but, kind of like with, women hitting men, sure, a woman can hit a man, but there's going to be one man that's going to hit her back. So kind of the same idea is like, hey, you want to square up to me? Fine, I'm gonna square up with you. But
Also,
I get.
I also think in those situations you got to read the room. So I get it if you were a white guy, you grew up in a black neighborhood, all black neighborhood, and it's just a part of you. No malice is involved with it when you saying it.
Yeah.
You got to read the room, bro. You got to realize that you ain't around them dudes you grew up with, and you might be around a whole nother set of dudes that don't know you, don't know nothing about you, don't know your background. Like, you also got to read the room and know where you at. So
we had I had that happen to me. Well, it happened to me. I've had it happen to me a bunch, but recently we had a player on our team, and we're out of town. He's a Hispanic kid, and some, most of our team are of Nigerian, Congolese, or black.
Some of
Jamaican
scammers.
kids.
Gotcha.
So, they're the American born, first generation or whatever, right?
Yeah, I
A
got
couple kids from I think Dominica or whatever. There's one Texan Hispanic kid, and so already with unspoken to me and other coach Kevin, we already like, man, without even asking each other, we already wonder, is he allowed to say the N word? So we don't know. So we coming on the trip, going to Dallas. He ended up getting the aux cord. So he got the best list, hands down, He got a list really better than my list, Because he got all the old stuff that's from our era, the stuff from his era. He got a whole mix. So the whole time we jam, Not really paying attention if he bobbing, but he ain't just full, saying all the words. So you can't tell if he's saying the word when it comes up, because he playing Q, playing Pac, he playing NBA Youngboy, he playing whatever. So we get to the actual house that we were staying in, and it had like a pool table room in there, and he got the aux cord again some kind of way, I guess because he was jamming. So he put something on, and it's one of them newer type of chant and recite songs, but there was definitely like some niggas in there, right? So the way our room was the gateway to the patio, not at the indoor patio play place. So we hear him, so we kind of open door, check out as we were watching Bad Boxer, film by Mo McCoy. We see him, so we just said, we see him going down, enjoying the young men, enjoying themselves, remembering our times in our life when we traveled and did the same thing, and we know what's coming on. We know the part's coming on. So we look around and the part comes on, and it's the nigga, saying, and all the young men are fully entranced in the song, Of course, when Coach opens the door at first, they're like, "Oh man, we can't get too buck," but like this is one of the day songs that they just vibe out to. So they're like, "I don't give a damn who here," Coach gotta have to hear this curse word, So everybody got their hands up and nigga. Immediately, we look at each other, we smile, close the door, go back to our little situations, watching Bad Boxer by Mo McCoy. And immediately we both said, I guess he could say the N-word. And we were both, one of us said it, the other one was like, I was thinking the exact same thing. So, and like I said, this is a long way of saying that the relationship you have with that person or those people kind of dictates it. But there's some people that just, it's in them, It's in them. And they're, like you said, like the guy said, they'll fight you over, like, man, okay, well, boom, So now after we fight, why would you fight, man? Because I'm going to still say it, and you're going to still be mad about it. Or vice versa.
So I got two things. One is a question.
Yeah.
Is it me, or did it sound like Boogie was saying it wrong when he was saying it?
What, the N-word?
Yeah.
Why did he say it?
No. When he was saying it, it just felt like he was like scared of saying it. I don't know. Anyways, like it sounds like you drop BAN left and right, and now you abbreviate it, whatever. And it just right now, it just sounded like you were afraid to say it, like you were that kid. Anyways, shouldn't we now, as mature people, push people to not say that and any slurs?
I try to limit how much I say it. I'm conscious of I used to say it too much, so I try to limit how much I say it. Because the other piece is this: I feel like I can't get upset with someone outside of my culture who uses the word if I'm constantly using it and referring it to myself as that. Like, I'm not saying me personally, but like in our music. I can't, or I can't walk around. If I'm walking around with a shirt that says, real nigga, and then you know, I'm in the airport and somebody be like, "Oh, what's up, real nigga?" And it's a white dude. I really can't get mad because I got it on my shirt. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna slap him?
I mean, I am. Well, hold on, time out. At 42, being in the airport, not in the airport.
No.
But
in a quickie mart.
Greyhound?
Quickie
All
Mart,
day.
hell yeah, you getting smacked with a bag of Skittles or something. But the flip side to that is I really can't get mad if I got that shirt. If I have it, if that's what I'm advertising. But I get like amazed that you'll see these rappers, they're overseas at London, or they're at Smoking Loud or Rolling Loud, I'm sorry, and the audience is 98% white, and they singing every lyric to the song, bro. Every last one.
Music is infectious, man. It's just infectious. That's fun. I mean, how did we get to talking about this, man? What was the catalyst of this conversation?
I don't know. You be switching up the I'm sorry. You transition a lot, so
I think that was
the transition.
The transition to the next topic was healthy conflict, and I think Dub, you spoke of a couple ways to handle the conflict with health. And you said that you would, at this age now, you'd have a conversation, or beforehand you'd have a conversation before acting on it. I think one of the phrases I dislike is agree to disagree. And the reason why I dislike it is because most times when it's used, it's not used in its true form. Like if sometimes people use it just to end the conversation, not because they agree to disagree. They just like, nah, I'm done with the conversation. It's passive kind of, you know what I'm saying? And to me, I'm like, and speaking on healthy conflict, how do you feel about somebody making a point that you don't like or you don't agree with? How far does it go before it affects you?
It all depends. So, if I say let's agree to disagree, sometimes if there's no more productive dialogue going on, if we get to a point where you standing on your square, I'm standing on my square, we're not budging and we're not being open-minded, listening to each other's points, we're just trying to more or less push our ideal or point on someone, that's, I think, when you should agree to disagree, or you know, and you can end that conversation and switch to a new one, because there's no more healthy dialogue going back and forth. At that point, it's just arguing, trying to get your point across.
Well, I think that, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. But also, like I said, I also think that sometimes, okay, John and Paul me and Gaio are talking, and I'm telling him, hey man, that shirt is red. He's like, no, it's not. I'm like, well, the thing in the back of you is pink, right? Okay, well, what's the next color on this? You know, you're making points about something, but somebody's like, man, it's not red. I'm like, well, if you are going to stand on your point, and it's one thing for people to stand on your point. You can stand on your point, but standing on a person's point is unhealthy to not address the other person's point. I can stand on my point, but if you make a counter argument to my point, and all you do is come back to your point, like, hold up, man, address my point, so I can understand. So not so I can be confirmed, but so that I can know that you're talking to me. Because if I tell you that what's the next thing on the color spectrum after pink, and you be like, man, it's just red, I'm like, well, bro, if we can get to that point that I talk, to me that's a linking point, right? It's not a argument per se. It's like, okay, well, I think it's red. That thing behind you is pink. We can link if you say the next color after pink is rosé, and then we're okay, well, damn, it's rosé. Now we came to an agreement because there was an interaction. But sometimes people like I said, instead of they don't want to interact it's unhealthy to not interact. It's healthy to interact with the conversation. To me, I'm not, I'm my opinion. What do you think, Sir Gaio?
So a lot of times when I hear the agree to disagree, it's not really what they're saying. It's more of, I believe I'm right. I don't want to listen to your shit anymore. That's the way it usually comes off. So I avoid saying that. I say, hey, look, I can kind of see where your point is, or I can completely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
But X, Y, and Z, my life experience, my upbringing, my background, my religion, my whatever
Yeah.
makes me believe this. So I explain why I believe in what I believe or what I'm standing on, and let them know, hey, we're not going to meet each other, because you clearly don't want to agree. And usually these arguments or these things I find is going to be people that are extreme left or extreme right, like when they're on polar opposites. If they're even close to that, they won't listen to you. So if this is a whole spectrum, left to right, and at the edges here, so everything that like kind of touches my thumbs is extreme left, extreme right, depending on which way you're looking at.
Yeah.
And then from this point in here, people are being more inclined to listen to one thing or another that you're open to, whatever your idea is. They'll probably listen to you and then just like nod and okay, think in their head, he's a dumbass, he's fucked up, he doesn't know what he's talking about, and then move on. They won't have that dialogue because they don't want to have their beliefs challenged. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't even bother having those topic conversations unless they're close friends. I'm friends with some other podcasters. One guy, he's a gun nut in Arizona and very far right. And then I have a friend, he's in and around the Chicago area, and he labels himself as a feminist. He's married to a woman, and he's like, women are empowered for this, that, or the other. And they often have arguments whenever we're like shooting text back and forth, or we'll come up on a podcast together and like kind of like, you're an idiot, you're stupid, blah, blah, blah. But then at the end of the day, they're like, but I kind of see your point. I understand, blah, blah, blah. But, you lefties or you righties, this, that, or the other. And we just carry on the conversation, keep moving forward. And the funny thing is I kind of asked them, like, why don't you have these kind of conversations with other people? Oh, well, he's my friend. I'll have a conversation with him because he's my friend. But the other people on the right or the other people on the left, they're stupid. I can't be friends with them. And that kind of just proves my point. If you sat there and forced yourselves to listen to the conversation that each other has and just be open, not that they're right, not that they're correct, just to the ideas that they have those experiences and they believe that for whatever reason, maybe you can understand it. Maybe you're not so angry to that type of person because they believe that kind of thing. Yeah.
I agree. I think that's like, in all seriousness, I think that like, that is the part where you're talking about listening. That's important. You know what I mean? And sometimes people think that everybody listens differently, right? Some people listen with an open, subjective ear. Some people listen with an objective ear, right? Some people listen just to hear what you say so they can combat it, right? And all those caveats to a conversation are the tension of the conversation. You know what I mean? Because if I like to be out, and some like the love languages or whatever, some people like to be heard a certain way. Like Doug for sure is a person that doesn't like to be spoken to a certain way, no matter who it is, no matter what it is. So you talk to a certain way, it's already not even a barrier, but it's a tone, it's a way that he gonna respond, whether what you said was the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world. You finna get a certain, and everybody has that different caveat to what, you know what I mean? Certain people, you can talk to them any kind of way, and they just listen to the words and grab the words, right? They can get past the delivery. Some people, it's all different. So, like you said, it's just, the nuances of conversation of people is so unique to the nuances of just having a conversation. To be able to go in that room and be yourself and speak the way you want to, go in this room, be with that person, be with this person, that's so nuanced, such an underrated skill.
I agree. Because most people listen just to have their chance. They're just waiting for their opening to speak versus listening to understand. And then I think that's the biggest problem with people throwing around communication skills and listening and this, that, and the other, but they're not getting at the fundamental. If you can listen all day, but if you don't understand what the person's saying, then did you really hear them? And you can communicate, talk to the other person all day long, but if you don't understand what you're talking about, or you don't understand what they're trying to tell you, or they don't understand what you're trying to tell them, then you can't communicate effectively. You're just speaking until it's someone's turn to leave or continue the conversation.
Yeah, yeah. I like to liken that to Congress. You know, the Congress when they have they sit all day, lefties, conservatives and whatever it is, and they sitting there and for an 8-hour day, they shitting on each other, calling each other. Not well. As of late, it's going to name. It's always been name calling, but it's gotten a little grimy in the last 20 years. But still, legally and in a tone, calling each other idiots, right? When it's 3:30 and it's time to go to the bar, we're all at the same bar talking, man. Oh yeah, that at one point you had, because they've compartmentalized that part of conversation. Like this whole day is just about debate, and we're trying to, and we after that's over with, we can go, and that's a unique way to live. That's unique, but it might be healthy as the fuck. Because you're like shit, you're not holding on to things. You know what I'm saying? People hold on to things, This is our nature as people. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, unhealthy conflict, man. Dub, do you think that men are adrenaline seekers?
I wouldn't say it's just men. Women are too. It all depends on your personality. I might be a little bit of an adrenaline seeker, but not too much though. I'll do anything stupid on 4 wheels. Outside of that, I ain't doing some of that white people shit, bro.
What you think? What you think, Gaio?
White people shit.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Dub's never gonna go scuba diving.
No. I will go scuba diving. I will do that. I don't think that's extreme though. And I've dabbled in it somewhat a little bit. I don't think that's extreme.
I was using the stereotype that black people don't swim or can't swim.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I was going with that. And then on top of that, black people don't swim, but white people scuba dive, so that's some extra shit. That's like an extra barrier. But
although you do not have to know how to swim to scuba dive.
Really?
Huh?
You don't have to know how to swim to scuba dive.
Yeah, because swimming you have to be above water. Yeah. Scuba diving, you're
swimming
under,
on top of the water. It's scuba diving is different. You're not swimming. Like anybody can move underwater. Swimming on top of water. No, swimming on top of water is one skill set. Scuba diving is you're diving, bro. And then when you're going up, all you have to do, you have fins on. All you have to do is paddle up. Like
you gotta turn yourself and direct yourself.
That's not hard at all, bro.
That's swimming.
No, it's not. I mean, okay. To be technical, it is a form of swimming. But when you think about swimming, how we normally speak about it, you don't do any of that scuba diving. You're not using any of that skill set. You're falling backwards off a boat and you're going down. That's what you're doing.
Which way? Yeah. Because swimming, you're trying to stay above the surface. You're trying to get your air. But you can, whatever.
Well, okay. Let me.
Now, if you add snorkeling, that's different. Snorkeling is different because you're still swimming on top of the water to get your air. You dive down, you go back up. So snorkeling, yes, but scuba diving, no. I'm falling backwards off with a big ass scuba tank on my back with some fins and a wetsuit and some goggles, bro. I'm not swimming on top of the water.
Yeah, I know, but when you scuba dive, and I have a little bit of history with scuba diving as well. I'm gonna say that there's different types of scuba diving because sometimes you can drop with the wrist collar and go swim into caves. You can scuba dive when you're going down. You're swimming in the cave. You're swimming. You're going down. You're dropping. It's not air. All scuba diving isn't just dropping down. And some scuba divers drop down, swim with fish, swim with sharks, swim with whales, swim with whatever they can, and they're scuba diving. They're swimming though, because they're swimming with sharks. They're not floating with sharks. They're swimming. They're doing this shit. That's swimming, bro.
I'm sorry, Dub. I didn't mean to open this can of worms.
I was gonna let them cook, and I'm just gonna say, okay, bro.
It is though, right?
No, I said it's a form of swimming. I did say that. I said it's a form of swimming.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't hear
that.
Anyway,
I said.
What was my question?
I heard that We'll keep going. We record this, right? No, record this, right?
Yeah, I know. Trust
Okay,
me.
so
And,
I got
I see
to
recording to
rewind
the
it.
top.
Rewind it, and when you said what you said, and I said, "No, nah, swimming," because I wouldn't say it wasn't swimming if you
I said
it was
so.
swimming.
I said you really don't know. You really don't have to know how to swim to scuba dive because it's a different skill set of swimming on top of the water than scuba diving. So, and I did agree with you. I said yes, scuba diving is a form of swimming, but we did also say that it's a different skill set between swimming on top of the water opposed to scuba diving.
Okay, what was the question again, Doug? About
But was I wrong? I mean, you laughed. Was I wrong? I'm just asking. You laughed. Was I wrong?
Because I'm not. Did you hear what you said?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay, so I'm gonna say what you said. Like if I'm playing baseball,
No.
and I'm playing. Hold on, let me. I didn't cut you off. If I'm playing baseball and I'm playing softball, it's a different set of skills, but it's a different set of skills of baseball. This is baseball, softball, the same thing. Swimming and scuba diving. You're swimming when you have to know how to swim to scuba dive because you got to swim.
Okay.
You said it's a form. You said it's a different skill set of swimming, not a different skill set from swimming. It's a different skill set of swimming. It's the same thing. Different swimming on top of water, swimming underwater.
Okay.
You said different
Not swimming. Different type of swimming. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was saying.
All right.
Agree to disagree.
I'm just saying what he said. He said it was a different type of swimming. I'm like, yeah, so that's swimming. But what was the question?
I don't remember.
Me either. That's why I was trying to get off it. We were talking about
Politics, listening. You asked Dub something, then I came in and he said he was going to do no white people shit. And
We all he.
That's
So,
what
yeah,
so
yeah.
Boogie asked about adrenaline junkies or men adrenaline.
Oh
junkies, something like that.
I think it's more of an age group. Like adrenaline junkies are more likely to be in their late teens to early 30s, and then whatever. I don't think it's just specifically male. I think it's male and female, different type of personality, background, whatever. I don't think it's specifically gender wise. I think it's more of the the Myers-Briggs thing, the INTP, EJ, whatever, whether you're introvert, extrovert, judgmental, whatever. Like there's a certain personality type of that are adrenaline junkies. And my question is more, is that a nature or nurture thing? Like, are they naturally adrenaline junkies, or is it because they're missing something in their life, whatever it may be, growing up, that makes them more inclined to be adrenaline junkies?
You ever asked a question, and as you ask the question, I got the methodology from Leonardo da Vinci, right? So you ask one question, knowing that question is going to open up the door to 17 other questions, but you're still rooted in the first question, but they're adding on. So as I'm asking that, okay, then I think to I'm like, dang, okay, but I agree that women are too, right? But then now I start thinking about, well, how do they display it? Men or women, right? And I think that it's displayed in different ways, right? And I think that y'all are right, men and women, it's no difference. It's just the way they do it, because it differs. Men tend to seek it more in a physical manner, right? Like even in your older age, if you're in your 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever, you urge for that adrenaline rush of a football game or something that'll get you riled up without you having, because when you're young, you go out and do that thing, you get on that motorcycle or you go, do that. But as you get older, you're like, I want to go watch NASCAR, or I don't want to drive them cars anymore. That's a young man sport. You know what I'm saying? If I'm doing music when I'm younger, I want to go play everywhere. When I get older, now I want to go I'm going to go sit down and listen. You know what I mean? And maybe even more so, I think women get to that stage of wanting to just, I guess, visualize it as opposed to doing it. Because when you're younger, you want to do it, like whatever that that adrenaline. You search for that high of like, yeah, man, when I did this and went to the club and everything is like, yeah. And as you get older, it's like, oh man, I don't need to go out every night no more. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't have to go drive 100 miles an hour, but I will go watch them young boys do that. Or we'll watch them young boys go and, play soccer or whatever sport, tennis.
I know a lot of late 60s, early 70s year olds still out here street racing, bro.
A 70-year-old man street racing?
Man, I know a lot of late 60s, early 70-year-olds who have the physical faculties to still do it. It's a lot of old men still out here at the drag strip, bro, if they have the physical capabilities to do it.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like street racers because I was trying to think like.
That's what I'm thinking about too.
I mean, I would imagine if you're into rice cars, whatever, you would know who Spoon is, and he used to be in the Houston area from time to time in the late '90s. And I was thinking, man, because he is older than me, and I'm like, no, he can't be 60s, 70s. So when you said 60s and 70s, like, no, he might be late 50s now, maybe he's 60 now, but anyways, no. So when you said late 60s, I think more of the street racing side, but drag racing, I guess it's the speed, because for me, street racing was more of a thrill because not only are you doing the speed, but there's a risk of a car coming across and, helping you win or helping you lose, Let me tell you so there's that extra element. So
when you pull up at Buc-ee's on 45 South going towards Baytown, you pull up at Buc-ee's, or if you go Texas Top 100 is out here, or any one of these local car meets, bro, you see a lot of mid-60-year-olds hopping out of CTSVs, GTRs, all of these supercars, because some of these guys are the ones who have the money laying around to afford it now. So and they out here, bro, all them dudes this in their 60s and they had a GTO when it was brand new, and they got it, and they got everything that their retirement money can pay for, and they out here, and you been at my house, you hear them racing on the freeway, bro. It don't all be 20s and 30s, bro. It be a lot of 50s and 60s too.
So you telling me I'm not doubting, I'm just asking, I'm just putting it in perspective for the listeners. There are people who were born in the 60s and 50s that are out there drag racing.
Yeah.
No. 60s and 70s.
Yeah, 60s and 70s.
Early 70s.
Yeah, early 70s.
There are people who are in their 60s right now who are still out there street racing, bro, drag racing. They out there adrenaline junkies. 1000%.
Hey, Dub, what's your supercar? Like your dream supercar?
That's tough because I got a lot of them. But if I had to
top three,
if I had to give you my top three off the bat, one is gonna be a GTR because you can daily drive it like a fucking Nissan Altima. Second one is probably gonna be a Grand National.
Ooh, okay.
For nostalgia purposes only.
Yeah.
Supercharged V6 or turbocharged, whatever it was, a 1.1. And then the last one, I'm not big into the Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and all. Oh, so the last one have to be a Porsche 911. But I don't want to know. What decade?
I want
like a mid-90s model.
Okay.
Yeah. So
mine. See, I waffle because I've always liked just the look of I think it's like a mid-80s Lambo Countach, whatever. The one with the fucking the flip-up doors. The first one of those. That's kind of like always been there, but I mean, it's impractical. You can't see shit through it. It's more of a drag strip car because you can't drive it. You can't even reverse in it. You have to like sit out the door to try to reverse anything. But anyways, I'll also say 911, late 70s, early 80s, an NSX, Acura, 92 to 94.
That's the thing. I used to want one. I used to want a 92 year NSX until I had the opportunity to drive one. And
Oh no shit.
though I don't know if it's the one I was in. I don't know if it was base model NSX, but didn't have power seats, didn't have tilt steering, and I'm barely 6 feet. It was a stick. I couldn't drive it, bro. Like I was too tall. I couldn't put it in second without moving my leg. When I move my leg, I'm hitting the steering wheel. I wear a size 13. My feet too big for the 3 paddles. It was very uncomfortable. Now, however, the new NSXs, I've driven one of those before. It's comfortable in there. It's just like an i8. An Audi i8 it had more room inside of it than my Camaro. So
Are those cars lower to the ground, or are they?
yeah, they low shit, bro.
Yeah.
I'm saying you don't have
It's
problems
not-
getting out, bro. I know my knees is killing me getting outside.
That's the
So
thing.
I always turn to get out. I don't try to step out and climb out. I always have to like
Yeah.
turn in
Yeah,
the seat and step out. And
yeah.
same way getting in. I got to do that too.
Even with Corvettes, bro, it's like,
Yeah.
look, if
Even my SUV, my CRV, I do the same thing. Well, that one can kind of slide in, but when I get out, I always turn. But
yeah, even with like the vets and all of that, man. Once I'm in, I ain't getting in and out. I'm in and I'm have to drive for 30 minutes before I get out again. I'm not finna be getting in and out of no damn vet. The worst car I got out of was a Dodge Viper, bro. That was the most uncomfortable car to get in and get out of. It was horrible.
90s?
Yeah, it was horrible.
Yeah, those are pain in the ass. You know what? I think I would trade the Lambo for early 70s My Fair Lady Z, like right hand drive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I had a buddy of mine. He had the what is it, 260 to whatever it was. It wasn't a Fair Lady, but you know the base model, whatever. And it was pretty comfortable. Of course, again, that was me in high school, so I was like 50 pounds lighter. But you know, it's probably more nostalgia than anything now.
And see, when you start asking me shit like that, then I start telling you I want like a Chevy 2. But I mean, a Chevy 2 in its conception wasn't a supercar. It was like a family car back in the day, and now they take the body and they make hot rods out of it. So if I could get my hands on a Chevy 2 body, I would just put a regular LS in it with a regular transmission rear end. Maybe walk around with like 700 horsepower or something just to ride around and piss people off. But
I would think to myself, I'm like, man, we have this whole global warming thing going on, and they talk about emissions, and all that kind of stuff. And then I hear these cars go by with that, like, I wonder how much that contributes to the emissions, or these trucks with these 25-inch mufflers that blow black smoke out. Like, it's a Chevrolet,
I mean, it's a
man.
combination of things. It's the cars. It's cutting down the trees. It's leaving plastics out, for boiling. Making hot pockets in the ocean. It's a multitude of things. So it's not just cars causing a problem.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, fuck it, I don't care. I don't think we're meant to be here the whole time. I think Mother Nature wanted us to make plastic for her to make something, and she'll figure out what she's going to do with it and get rid of us, one of these days, whether it's in the next 5 years, the next 500, but, whatever.
Yes.
Can you imagine that?
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
Opposite. Can you imagine the terror, the what's the word I'm looking for? The pressure of thinking you living in the last days for real, like thinking that this could end any day. That got to be heavy on somebody's brain right now.
My mama been doing that for the last 30 years, bro. Actually, as long as I can conceive the concept of the end days, my mother has been telling me we living in the last days. Like,
what's the sign? What's the sign?
You
Let me tell you
asking
one of my
me
signs.
personally?
No, I'm telling you my signs first. I think that way. I saw O.J. Simpson sitting on a Zoom call with Cameron and Mace, and I was like, bro, this is Cameron is talking sports with O.J. Simpson. I was like,
But I mean, Why not?
Like, oh,
It's
man.
OJ.
Bruh, man.
Now it would be crazy. It would be crazy if you're talking murder cases with OJ. That's crazy.
I mean,
Now-
just
now-
man.
A conspiracy theory that I kind of just read about it or saw it and then kind of read into it a couple of times.
Oh, that's my
but
shit.
anyways, it's someone else's thing. But essentially, OJ didn't do it. Period. End of sentence. He was covering for his son, and I forget the detail
Oh, I've
that
been
they
said
went
that.
into.
Yeah, I've been said that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay.
I've heard that before.
And so I'm like, he can say whatever. Like he doesn't care. He's got off on it, but he can't talk about it because there's no double jeopardy on him. They can't try to convict him, but his son they can because they never charged him for it. So a murder case can go on forever. So he can't say no, I didn't do it because blah 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 blah. Because if he does, he throws his son under the bus. So
I've
anyway,
heard that
so
conspiracy.
I don't see a problem with or see it being an issue that OJ is anywhere doing anything. I mean, he needs to make money, he needs to eat, and so what? At least his son is out free.
Now, I don't know if this was I don't know if this is photoshopped or real. I think it was real. OJ was doing like an interview with some female reporter about his book he had coming out, and I don't know if it was staged for shits and giggles, if he really did this shit playing. I don't think it was photoshopped, but she opened up the door and OJ was standing there with a knife like this, smiling. Have y'all seen that clip?
I think I have.
Bro, OJ a fool, man. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, I don't mean it in the form that OJ should make money. I just think like the combination of OJ Simpson and Cameron Giles and Murder Mace Mason Beppa, I never would have put that combination together in my in my wildest.
I don't know what we're doing a wardrobe change, but yeah, I'm high now.
Who did a wardrobe change?
You did
Boogie change your shirt?
Boogie
Yeah.
changed his shirt. I don't do wardrobe changes. Boogie's the
Bro,
fashionista.
you just put the you did. I'm tripping. I'm thinking about the hood.
I just took the hoodie off. I ain't need to look like an Assassin's Creed guy.
Man, that movie fell the fuck off, man. Okay, yeah, that's the last topic to talk about, man.
Hey, you know what, bro? I watched
Recording in progress.
I watched Flashpoint, bro.
Yeah,
That shit was not a good movie, bro.
watch it talk, man.
No, that was not a good movie, though. It wasn't a bad movie, bro. It just wasn't a good movie. It wasn't a bad movie.
Most movies nowadays, though.
Yeah, what threw Flashpoint out for me personally, they should have stuck to the storyline of the Flashpoint paradox. Like they had everything was going smooth, but some of that, like man, why would you make the Superman part, making it an androgynous woman? Not that she came a woman, but like that's what made it so hard that he was a frail man. You know what I'm saying? It kind of takes away the frailty of it to make it a woman, because it's not. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Okay, yeah. I remember that now.
But
seen
you
a TV
do
show.
actually have like Supergirl in the comics, though.
Not what I'm saying, but the whole thing was this bigger than life man was frail. He was frail and weak. So you get to see a version of Superman looking weak as hell, but you never got that. That was a shocker to see. Let's say if it was Christopher Reeves, see him like skinny like Christian Bale was in the movie where he lost.
Machinist.
Yeah, The Machinist. Yeah, like,
That was a crazy one.
Yeah. He was something that the shock factor of seeing that was part of the allure of the movie. And Wonder Woman and it's supposed to be Wonder Woman and Aquaman fighting for the it was like certain parts they changed. Like, man, what? Why y'all do that, man? That would have made it hard, man. Wonder Woman and Aquaman fell in love. Wonder Woman X tried to fight Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman killed Aquaman X. So Aquaman and Wonder Woman is fighting, and they fight is so big it's destroying the world. And because Flash changed something by going back and taking it and saving his mom's life, none of the meta humans were around. So there was no Superman, Batman had Bruce Wayne got killed, so his dad was Batman, and he was. It was all they kept that part, but anyway, spoiler alert if you ain't seen it.
Is this audio only or video too?
They got two of them. They got one.
No. I'm talking about the pod.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's both.
You make sure there's nothing back there that's telling on you.
He's like,
Pound of flour? No, I ain't worried about that.
I don't think that part is gonna make it on YouTube. You know, Boogie's pretty cold with his editing skills. So I don't think that part is gonna make it on YouTube. So, you know.
No, I was gonna flash a note because I don't have Dub's number, and I was gonna text him something. I was like, oh, I can't text him, and so I was like gonna just write something down and ask you questions, but have it be like off air because if this is audio only, well, no one's gonna see the question. But anyways, talk about it
now.
After.
The piss break is a whole different meaning, right?
Yeah.
I do feel like the top hat changes your character. Like you have a different personality now.
I'm high as fuck right now. I took an edible before the show started, and when it hits me, that's why I put this on because it's my high hat.
See, come on, sound effect, man. Come on, it's supposed to be the
that, bro. Shit, I ain't gonna sound effect right now.
What movie did I see that was? I mean, it's been several movies that I ain't gonna do that.
I can't even talk to you about Star Wars, bro. You don't watch Star Wars.
Which one? To my Ahsoka?
Yeah, have you been watching Ahsoka?
Yeah,
I watched it.
Oh, you watch Ahsoka book?
I watch a bunch of stuff, bro. Yeah,
but you don't like. Every time I talk about Star Wars, you don't strike me as the Star Wars nerd. You be like, that's all you.
Dawson's playing Ahsoka, so like that's just extra reason right there.
I, to this day, I do not understand why I am so into Rosario Dawson, bro. I don't know why.
Her mouth, it's her mouth,
because she kind of has a slutty look. Like
dude, I know she can fit me all in her mouth now. Like Tyler, yeah. Why are we gonna pause for women fitting me in the mouth? What's
no, sad to hear it, man. Sad to hear it. That's why. No, I'm joking, but yeah, man. I'm not a Star Wars nerd. I'm a novice Star Wars. So I watch them.
You watching Ahsoka just because Rosario Dawson in the book?
No. I wasn't a Mandalorian fan, so I ain't getting that. But I watched all the Star Wars movies. I used to have Star Wars bed sheets, bro, when I was a little kid, man.
But I feel like Ahsoka isn't made for the novice Star Wars fan. You got to really be into Clone Wars and Rebels and all of that shit to understand the storyline.
I mean, not really. I mean, of course, I'm gonna do. If I get lost somewhere in any show, I'm gonna go back and do some research to see, to try to catch up. I know I seen Anakin was on this week's episode.
So are you? Do you know? Yeah, he was. Yeah. So it's fire too because it's like a first time you see a live action.
Don't spoil it. I haven't seen it yet. I've only seen episode 3, so okay. I'm missing.
Well, it's fire when you see it then. But
shit! I'm too behind now. Yeah.
Book, do you know who the main villain of the Ahsoka is? Do you have any information of his backstory?
No, let people know, man, and inform me.
Was Grand Admiral Thrawn?
See,
who's playing him in this?
To a novice, man, that's like, oh, that nigga.
Nah, because I mean, in Star Wars lore, Grand Admiral Thrawn is big. So the dude who's playing Thrawn is the guy who actually voiced him in Rebels. So I forgot his name, but he's playing Thrawn. Thrawn was one of the generals who had a fleet who was doing the bidding of the Republic at the time, and Ezra Bridger, a Jedi in training, pretty much used the space whales to take General Thrawn and his fleet into like a whole nother time dimension type situation, so that he wouldn't wreak havoc on the universe. And then, that's when you get the fall of the Republic or whatever, and then you get the the new shit they got going on now. So pretty much, Grand Admiral Thrawn got banished, and then Luke turned back to the light and threw Palpatine down with the little shit back in the day, and boom, you know, the Empire was dead or whatever. And then we found out that Palpatine really wasn't dead. So, you know, Darth Vader kind of killed himself for no reason, but, you know, whatever. It's neither here nor there.
I'm gonna say I've had several listeners commend your Star Wars knowledge and say you cooking with the Star Wars stuff. I'm like, yeah, you do, man. He does.
Yeah, but Grand Admiral Thrawn is cool, bro.
Yeah, he's and smart and like devious and all this stuff that like what makes you like a villain are all those like, you know, super evil, cool, whatever things. Like he's like Hannibal intelligent, like Hannibal Lecter. And then, you know, devious and like he's got like 5 or 6 different subplots going for everybody he meets. So he's kind of like Batman on that level. What was that other movie? Whatever, where like he gave Cyborg some crap. What was it? A virus, but it wouldn't activate until one certain thing. And Cyborg's like, well, when the fuck did you do that? Like, when I first met you, when he first shook his hand, like the first time he met Cyborg, he already knew he needed to have a plan for him. And that's Thrawn. Thrawn is like, if Thrawn had the Force, he'd make it game over. Like there would still be an empire, I think. But that's like,
and see, that's what made Thrawn so dangerous is the fact that he met Vader. So Thrawn, he necessarily wasn't on board with what Vader was doing. He wanted to do his own thing because his people were oppressed by the Republic or as well. So he really had his own separate plan of shit to do. So when he met Vader, he knew I can't beat Vader one-on-one, but I can outsmart him. So like they kind of both side-eyed each other, bro. But yeah,
I mean,
that shit cool, bro. That shit fire. I can't wait. I'm just mad that it's six episode series, and you get
shit,
the 2 main characters on the last episode, bro. So, but you know all of this is gonna tie into a movie. So right now, Ahsoka, what's happening? The events of Ahsoka are going on at the exact same time as the events of Mandalorian season 3. So, from my understanding, there's supposed to be a movie that's going to give you more. It's going to expound more on the rebuilding of Mandalore after season 3 of Mandalorian, and it's going to tie in parts of Ahsoka as well. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I like where you were going with the villains. I want to know who are your top 3 villains?
Comic book or like just any type of thing?
Anything. Although I think comic books have the worst villains. I mean, not the worst, like bad. Not bad meaning bad, but bad meaning good.
This is a tough one. So, or
your favorite?
So let me ask you a question, because I know we can pick from a spectrum. Mm-hmm. Are we excluding serial killers like the Jason Voorheeses, the Michael Myers, the Freddy Kruegers? Are we excluding them?
No, they done this shit.
Who going first out of the 3?
I go first. I brought it up. Okay, Magneto is one of them.
Okay.
The Brain is another one.
Okay.
In any evil iteration of Ric Flair.
Ric Flair?
Ric Flair. Woo! That Ric Flair. He's a pretty bad villain. He did some shit to some people, man.
I remember him being the 80s because I stopped watching wrestling in the 80s, so I have to take your word on that one.
I don't remember Flair being a straight up villain.
with the Four Horsemen.
Was he a straight up heel?
Hell yeah, the Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson, they was whooping everybody, man. They wasn't whooping like beating everybody. They was like jumping niggas backstage and stealing people gals and hitting people with limos and they was doing all kind of nefarious things, man. They made Hulk Hogan bad. Hollywood Hogan. He went over there to the NWO, got with the fool, brother. It's Hollywood Hogan. Ric Flair was a bad. I mean, they have, like you said, you had those Freddy Kruegers, but why those guys don't make it in the top is because they never had no like real one nemesis. Like they never had an equal nemesis. Like Darth Vader had, Luke Skywalker or whatever, or the Turtles had Brain. You know what I'm saying? There's somebody who's their equal, who can, picking up random strangers, man. That kind of make you weak that a random stranger could beat you.
There's a theory that Freddy Krueger was hunting Jason Voorhees through his sleep. Like through half of the movies. So there's a whole theory that Jason X, when he was in space, was Freddy fucking with him in his dreams. Yeah. But, these people be having too much time on their hands.
Some conspiracy theories, I would agree.
They be having too much time.
It was just oh man, bro. Have either of you into The Shining or Stanley Kubrick?
Have I watched it?
Yeah, but I mean, are you into like Stanley Kubrick in general? Like if you are, there's a theory out there. But anyways, Dub, you got your 3 villains?
Yeah, man. Like my first one, I had to pick between Mr. Sinister and Dr. Doom. I like the intelligent, intellectual villains. Both villains are pretty smart guys. I got to roll with Dr. Doom. So he'll be one. My favorite...
I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but X-Men 97 is coming out, I think, the next couple months.
It is.
And Mr. Sinister is the lead villain.
I love Mr. Sinister, man, but I'm out. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Dr. Doom. Joker has always been my favorite villain of all time.
But which iteration? Are we talking about comic book, movie, cartoon? I mean, I get Joker, period. Like he's on my list, but I have a specific Joker. But I was just curious if you had one.
So the one thing that intrigues me about the Joker being my favorite villain is the fact that there are multiple Jokers. So it's more of a passed down mantle of villain than just one specific person. But if I had to pick a specific Joker, it would be a toss-up between Heath Ledger's Joker and probably the Killing Joke Joker. I don't like the two comic-y Jokers. So,
what about you, Akayo?
No, that's only 2. What was his third?
Well, you got.
I was asking Gaio who was your Joker.
Oh, about the Joker. Yeah.
Oh, my Joker. Mine's a toss-up. I like the animated series and what's his name? 30 Seconds to Mars. Pretty Boy in Fight Club. Jared Leto. I like Jared Leto's Joker.
Okay.
In my opinion, Jared Leto Joker is the best version of the cinematic Joker, any movie version of Joker, because he's really the crazy Joker that I believe he's supposed to be. Just totally chaotic.
You talking about Jared Leto? Or you talking about
Jared Leto's Joker? There was in the Suicide Squad with the smile tattoo, with the grill and the smile tattoo on his hand. That was a fire Joker. I don't know why he got so much
more fire than
Ledger. I think Ledger's overrated.
Not Ledger. I'm talking about Joaquin.
I think it's a different Joker. It's a different Joker.
Yeah, I'd like to see a mature Joaquin Joker. Like that was him becoming Joker in that one.
Yeah.
We didn't get to see him really be Joker other than
coming
like
out.
20 minutes.
Two's coming out. So.
Now that he might change it. He might
Right.
bump up a spot. But Leto, I love him more than Ledger. Ledger was good, but I think people elevate him because he died. Like I would say he's an 8, but people make him a 9 or 10 or 11 because he died and he was really great in his last great performance. But I think he's just like an 8, 7 in that range.
No, I agree with you. I do think if Heath Ledger doesn't die, his Joker is still top 3 Jokers. It might not be pushed over the top how they have. Like, I still think if you ask me truthfully, I like Jack Nicholson's Joker over Heath Ledger's Joker. Me personally, I might be a fan of Jack though, but
I thought it was messed up. He couldn't squab. I'm talking about Jack Nicholson's Joker. He couldn't squab at all. Like he never did. He never did anything like to make it think he had hands. Whereas Heath Ledger kind of like he never had to throw hands. So he was so sadistical that he didn't have to throw hands. He had somebody throw hands for him.
That's the thing with Joker. He appears to be a coward, bro. Like, he run from the fight, but really he be fucking up Batman. When he really got a box, he be fucking up Batman, bro. But you're right. Jared Leto's Joker is underrated, bro. And I like Jared Leto's version of a Joker because if you really read the Easter eggs, Jared Leto's Joker is Robin. Is the Robin that Ben Affleck's Batman. When you see Ben Affleck's Batman and he has the Robin suit in there and he kind of reminisces on it, that was Robin that supposedly the Joker killed, but instead of him dying, he turned into a version of Joker. And they're hinting at that is what Jared Leto was. So.
And that's the thing about Joker is that he's so charismatic. He's so sinister that he can flip people, normal, everyday, upstanding citizens, to be crazy criminals. Like Harley Quinn. That was her
Harley
whole
Quinn.
premise. She was a psychologist, whatever, intelligent woman, and he fucking flipped her. And how intelligent do you have to be to fucking Helsinki syndrome a psychologist? That you for an hour at a time, in an asylum where you're in a controlled environment, you are under someone's thumb, and he's like in paradise. He gives 0 fucks. Like, anyways, go ahead. Let's finish your third.
My last villain should be Vader because I am a Darth Vader fan. But however, it's gonna have to be Jason Voorhees because I am a fan of slashers. Jason Voorhees is my favorite killer, bro. Like, everything about him. Camp Crystal Lake. He's almost like William Quatermain. If you take his body back to Camp Crystal Lake, he's gonna come back, bro. And for some reason, they keep trying to drown this dude at Camp Crystal Lake, and he comes back to kill everybody else again and again and again. I even had the Friday the 13th game on Nintendo, bro. At a young age, I was in love with serial killers. It's weird.
What was the premise of that game?
Just to run around and kill campers, bro.
And was it like I'm just thinking about video games. Okay, so I run around and kill campers. Normally you kill small,
No, you have to get away. You have to get away from Jason. Jason was killing the campers. You have to get away from him. There was a part in the game where you ran up on his cabin where him and his mama stayed, bro, and it was like weird shit in the cabin.
Dang. So it wasn't like it didn't have tier bosses. You just went through stages to get to, like, how you have tier, like you go through the what's called and you fight a lower level guy, and then the next guy.
It's just you running away.
Wow.
It's kind of like E.T. on Atari, but with more of a point.
Yeah.
E.T. on home.
And they have a similar version of it too, Friday the 13th, where it's I don't know what category game you call it, but it's pretty much online, and there might be like 10 of y'all in a group, and it's like
Dead by Daylight.
It's similar to. I think it's the same. I think the Friday the 13th game is the same engine as Dead by Daylight, where I call it tag in, tag out, but it's probably a better term for it. Where like we might be playing, bro, and it might be my turn to be Jason. and my goal is to go around and kill everybody, and then your goal is to escape and kill me. It's weird, bro. And then when you're like Jason, you get superpowers. They got a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game that's coming out that's similar to it, where if you're the family, you have special powers. If you are the stupid ass hitchhikers, you got to get out and kill people. So yeah.
Somewhere, the family's just like, man, this is fucked up, man.
Of the Texas Chainsaw Massacres.
Yeah. Just make a video games out of the nigga who killed our people, man.
Your turn, Gaio. What you got?
Man, I lean more towards like intelligence, like just sinister and, manipulating people in the background and doing that kind of thing. So Thrawn is up there. And he wasn't till recently, like probably in the last few years. And I put him on par with like Hannibal Lecter. Then of course, Jared Leto, Joker. And then World of Warcraft, Gul'dan. He's just a demon, and just a bunch of background stuff that he did. Because I read some of the I don't know if it's fan fiction or canon or whatever, but some of the novels that they have around World of Warcraft. Yeah, those are my three.
Do you guys watch Death Battle?
No.
Death Battle. It's a series where they pair up different comic book entities or just video game entities, and they do like a 2-minute or 3-minute overview of their powers and their abilities and what they've done before, and then they have a death battle. So like they've done Superman and Centurion. They've done like you name a combination: Spider-Man versus Batman, Iron Man versus what's the guy with the golden mask from DC?
Dr. Fate?
Dr. Fate versus Doctor Strange. The Hulk versus Abomination. Like they do like they did M. Bison versus what's the dude at the end of Street Fighter? Akuma, yeah. And then like He-Man versus Lion-O. She-Ra versus Wonder Woman. And they have a battle to the death, and it's usually Batman. They had Batman versus everybody. They had Spider-Man versus everybody, and they have it's visual. You can see it. They have a battle to the death, and then they explain why so and so won. The Hulk got beat by the Abomination because they explained how his power, like how Hulk's power works, and because so and so is this strong because look at these acts he's done in the past. It equals to like they do real science. Like he pulled a planet, so that means he has 400,000 quadrillion tons of strength. He had to help, but it's real neat. It's real neat. But combinations, any combination you could think of, video games, storybook characters.
That'd be cool to watch.
Yeah.
But I feel like some of them could be subject. I mean, you mentioned they use science, but even so, I mean, there's variables too,
Yeah.
You got to talk about, are they in their prime? Are we talking about the current version? Are we talking about the original version? Because there's like 5 different Hulks. There's like the Gray Hulk. There's the intelligent Gray Hulk. There's all these other ones. So,
but they're pretty meticulous. Like, and they're obviously comic book fans because, like I said, they have, and it's all tongue in cheek before and during. So like, it's two guys or whatever, and so like I saw Deathpool versus Deathstroke. It was pretty cool. Like they're talking through it, explaining. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. What
was it called? Death what?
Death Battle.
Death Battle. All right, I am subscribed.
Look at that. Speaking of what was the last thing? Being very professional right now. My apparatus kept closing on me. I forgot. It was something. So that's I put bedroom because it's something I saw about bedroom, but I forgot what it was. I saw some. I forgot what it was.
But you meant what do you call it? Like healthy conflict in the bedroom.
No, but we could do that though. But no. I forgot. It was something totally different. It was off there because it was like a wild story I heard. But anyway, it's we got a good amount of content on here. I would say leading up. I mean, lastly, what do you guys think about this Trump indictment, man?
I don't care.
Like, I mean, it strikes me as weird. I mean, I guess it's one of them signs of the end of the world to me. Because when they said the prosecutor in Atlanta said, "Yeah, we're gonna indict President Trump," this guy said, "Oh man, she can't indict me. She be having sex with drug dealers." In a million years, I never thought I would have heard that retort from a white man from the president or the former president. Was like, "No, man, she be dating drug dealers. She can't indict me." That's in real life, man. That's like a real life quote. That's not even a paraphrase. That's like what he said. That was his statement about her.
Was it any validity to it?
Heck no. But then again, and that's why I say it's the end of the world. Not because he said it, but because it's so wild, it might be true.
I mean, I don't know. I don't trust anything. So I treat Atlanta like China. I treat Atlanta how you treat China, bro. I don't trust shit that come out of Atlanta, bro.
Because what I mean, I know that dude is different, but like, what would make you even say that? Like, you have to be.
I heard what he said. He was trying to say that she was trying to get, she was trying to get, you know, the cases built on these street organizations in Atlanta, and she got in too deep with the one gang, and she ended up sleeping with the gang leader. I heard that bullshit. He has no proof if that's true or not. And if it is, she just banged the OG that she knew from the hood, bro. Oh well, you know what I'm talking about? It is what it is.
I think it's only two explanations, or it's too logical. One, like you said, something in the realm of what you said, maybe she did have sex because she knew him or she whatever. Or two, this guy's crazy, man.
I think it's somewhere in between, the middle of what you just said.
It's because if I just said, how can I say something that's super racist without just saying the N-word? What's the most racist thing? What's the single most racist thing I can say to this woman without saying the N-word?
Well, she didn't say that. She should see. It should have been me. I would have had a great comeback because I would have been like, well, you know, if he can go to Epstein Island, I can bang drug dealers. You did, and then that would have been the end of that. Because on one hand, you know, me being a female, I banged a of age male who just might or might not have been, you know, doing nefarious activities in the streets. However, you, sir.
And when did he do? When was he an OG and when did she hook up with him?
That's what I'm saying. This could have been high school, bro. That's what I'm saying. It could have been high school.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But
no,
if it was high school, then who cares? I mean, shit,
he insinuated that she was sleeping with him in the midst of her trying to get the RICO put on YSL. Yeah. That's what he insinuated.
Okay.
And I would have just insinuated as being her. Well, sir, I wasn't going to Epstein Island like you were. You know, and then he would have had to shut up.
What's the age of consent on Epstein Island, though? Like, what country is it in and what's the age of consent? Because, I mean, was it illegal? The only thing illegal part of it would be the human trafficking part, not the age of consent thing.
I want to know.
Where is Epstein Island located at, though? I don't know where it was. I don't know where it was located. Outside of someone is buying it. Was it in South America?
It was somewhere. No, it was somewhere in the Virgin Islands, I believe. I know it was
St.
an
Thomas,
American.
yeah. No, it's US Virgin Islands, so then yeah, it'd be 18. I would imagine.
No. Yeah, you're going to jail.
Let's
sir.
see.
But I'm just saying, like, you talking about all-time villains, man. The ability to say that sentence out loud. If I had no evidence whatsoever, just to make that up, like you had to go to like the racist handbook and like what's okay? How can I put all these stereotypes together in one sentence without saying, oh yeah, she be having sex with drug dealers?
It was 16 up until 2017.
I mean,
Then it went oh,
That's
16.
crazy.
Age of consent. So age of consent was 16 up until 2017, and they bumped it up to 18, which is funny.
that's crazy.
But same sex.
Well, he did have
between.
half his dirt was done before 2017. Shit.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the again, it would only be the human trafficking part if he forced them to travel with him, and I forget depending on what the charge is, but yeah, him keeping their ID or their passport from them, they could have still left. It would have been harder for them to get back to the U.S., but still, it's not like he, told them, hey, I'll kill you if you leave or nothing. He never told them they had to stay with him, from my understanding from the documentaries.
I mean, technically,
never left.
Technically, the U.S. Virgin Islands is still America, right? I could be wrong. I'm not. I didn't go to geography class. I skipped.
But every state has their own age of consent. It's not a federal level age of consent. Some countries are federal level, but the U.S. is the only one that's unique enough to have by state.
What's crazy is that out of all of this, Ghislaine Maxwell kind of just floated away, bro.
No, she's in prison now.
No, I know
Yeah,
she's in
yeah.
prison. No. I know she's in prison. But even with her trial, her going away, that shit was real quiet, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that shit was
They can't-
real quiet.
Or you can't have two people commit suicide.
I know, right? Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you can't have a certain family whose last name may or may not rhyme with Clinton, visit you in jail and then you suicide yourself the next couple of days. Hey, you know what else been real quiet?
So,
The Obama's private chef.
Two of them.
That's been real quiet, bro. That's been
Like,
real
yeah,
quiet
but-
as well. Oh, and their house is
A
on sale.
chef. But two different presidents' chefs died.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, and now they're all of a sudden they're putting their house up for sale, right? Okay, that they love so much, and yeah, that's been real quiet too. I don't want to say too much because I don't.
how was the
Obamas
chef?
aren't as powerful as the Clinton, so you're good. Don't worry.
I'm good because the Clintons
You
get
good.
you knocked off, bro.
No. The Clintons don't do nothing to you either. You just commit suicide.
You're right. Man, you're right.
The Clintons.
Have you ever just looked up the Clintons and their whole little Arkansas mafia ties from way, bro? That's crazy.
Did you say Arkansas mafia ties?
Yeah,
There's a thing called the Dixie Mafia, right?
I know that. Does he know that?
I was speaking to Boog.
You said say it again.
The Dixie Mafia.
The Dixie Mafia.
He's about to Google it. I can tell when he's Googling.
I'm
shit.
not Googling stuff, man.
I'm not looking down at my phone for no particular reason at all.
I've been looking at my phone, man.
I'm
No,
tying my shoe.
I'm just like, it was my shoe, man. It was my shoe. No, the Dixie Mafia, that's wild. Tell me about Dixie Mafia, man.
Huh?
Tell me about the Dixie Mafia.
Depends on which state they're in, because some of them control states, some of them control two states. They've been around since.
You know what?
For what?
I did see a movie called Arkansas. They talked about some drug running. What was it? It was a a comical. It was like a docu comedy. It had Helmsworth is in it. Helmsworth and what's the dude that the guy who was walking to other people's bodies. You open you go to a door and you could be him for a day. John Malkovich.
Oh,
John Malkovich was in it. And what's the guy? I'm good at this. What's the guy who's in the movie? They was throwing balls at each other. He was the leader. Yeah, Vince Vaughn.
okay.
He was in it as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
With your background of your work history, I think you know throwing balls at each other, bro. Or the dodgeball just, because it's late, you couldn't.
he's old. He's an old man. He can't remember things. Leave him alone. Move on.
Yeah, man.
My bad.
Man.
My bad.
Just let it
bro.
ride because
I
we're gonna be here for an hour. We're gonna be here for an hour.
I didn't mean it wasn't a shot at all. My bad, bro. I don't want any smoke with you. You know what I'm saying?
It's age shame, man. He see me struggling with words and remembering stuff. He's like, what's wrong with that
Because
guy?
he's old. Fuck him. Whatever.
Why can't he remember shit? I can remember shit. Why can't he?
I've had concussions. I've had so many motorcycle accidents. That's my reasoning. It's not because of my age. So
Mine's really it's not my age either. It's that dodgeball, man. Third grade dodgeball. I was a motherfucker, man. They was throwing shit at them balls.
clearly, you can't dodge a wrench.
Yes. That was a good movie. What do y'all think about Adam Sandler as a movie maker?
Movie what?
As a movie maker.
He was good up until that basketball one
Uncut
here
Gems.
a couple years ago. Yeah.
That's when I stopped
Basketball.
watching Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
You like that?
I didn't even watch it, bro.
It's,
You ain't watch it?
I cut it
Well, it was
on
good,
and
man.
I cut it on and couldn't finish it. I stopped it.
I liked it, man. It
Now,
was good.
I was intrigued by the Jewish stuff. Like he was being more Jewy or whatever, however you want to put that out there. I'm high. I don't give a fuck who I offend. He was very Jewy in that one, which was cool. I like to see that side of him. Him being more himself. But as a movie, it wasn't entertaining. It was just like it was almost like watching just some stupid person just got money, their life, like
That's what it was. It
like
was
a boring
that's what it was.
YouTube, like a Casey Neistat makes your shit exciting. Like he could just go to the store, but he tells a story. And this Adam Sandler thing was just like, okay, well, I can't finish this. This is okay. He's got a hot piece, side piece. Brought it back. He's got a hot side piece. But other than that, okay.
I see what you did
We
there.
don't see your titties. Fuck it. Fuck this. I don't care anymore.
I ain't gonna lie. We did see her titties though, because I remember seeing her titties. She had
In
titties.
that movie.
Yeah. Because I was like,
I must have cut it off too soon.
Yeah, man. Because I feel like if if that went the whole movie without showing her titties, it'd have been a waste of like. Anyway, there's a lot of titties.
Of an hour and 20
Bissonnette.
minutes.
Yeah, it's a lot of titties. If y'all want to see Bissonnette, man, the movie that I'm in, man, there's a lot of titties in the movie too.
I thought it was in Mo City.
Is it out?
Huh?
Which one is it? I thought it was Mo City. Is you in Mo City and Bissonnette?
Well, okay. Well, what happened with Mo City was, don't you have to explain something like that? But what happened was, with Mo City, I was in Mo City, but they had a production issue, a post-production issue. So some of the film got lost, so they didn't have a continuous shot of the whole movies. Some shots got total scenes, so they had to reshoot it again. And during the reshoot, it just happened. So one day I was supposed to be shooting with them, and then they had like some kind of production issue, and just super randomly, one of my students hit me up and passed me by. Was like, "Hey, what you doing?" It's like, "Hey, we need some extras down here for this movie I'm shooting." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be there." You know what I'm saying? So I showed up. I did my role. You know what I'm saying? That I sent y'all. Y'all saw it. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta look at it.
That clip. I haven't seen it yet. I thought it was a picture.
Are you like a trick or are you like a male hoe on Bissonnette?
No. I'm neither of those things. I was referred to as a John, sir.
Oh,
Right?
so you a trick?
No. So
You a trick.
You're talking that
You're
street
using
slang.
police terms. You're not a cop. You're a trick.
Yeah, you a trick, nigga. Yeah, you spending you paying for pussy on Bissonnette. You a trick.
this is your speak. You guys will see. I'm a professional actor, and see when I go to the guild.
You have
and
your
they ask-
SAG?
yeah, I got a
SAG
SAG
card.
card.
So let me
Yeah,
ask you a
SAG
question.
card.
So let me ask you a
What?
question. In this role, first off, you got a SAG card. You don't supposed to be no interviews about your movie. Secondly,
Bruh, I'm
If-
kind of like the star of the movie, bro. So
if-
I can do what I want to.
so you like the king trick. So in your role, do you approach a
Yeah.
young lady and do you offer her monetary gain for sex?
Legal
Bro.
tender.
Yeah.
First off, the size of my star doesn't allow me to. You can't really describe what I have.
So this means that the superstar's computer has went dead because he don't know how to charge his laptop. So usually when this happens, and because we've been about 2 hours in, for some reason he
Recording
still got
stopped.
the same laptop from like 1998, and so
Oh, fuck.
Hey,
Coach
man.
Boogie's
Recording in
back.
progress.
Okay, my bad. You back?
What happened, man?
I was just telling him how I was just telling him how every time about this time 2 hours in, your Korean battery and your laptop go bad and
Man, I should have asked you when we weren't recorded. Oh, well.
See, Koreans, I don't have anything against you like Dub does, but it's all good. So, because I am the size, it's not I don't have like a role in the film, I'm like a cameo. Because when back in the 80s and 90s, when you had like Tupac would have a cameo on A Different World, right? He'd come in like, oh, it's Tupac. He would say, and then he'd leave, right?
Well,
So that's my role.
We
is in this
can't.
movie.
I'm gonna let you cook about your role. We can't glance past the fact that Gallo has pre-made cards for piss break.
He's a professional potter, man. He's prepared.
That's fire, bro. I'm glad, and I saw it's a lot of hype around that movie on the low, bro. Like I've seen this movie promoted on more than just some local shit. So
I think the premise of it kind of, like I said, I want to say we shot this in February, bro.
do you know the person who shot it?
Conrad something. I forgot.
Is it more of a docu movie or is it more?
Oh
of a
no.
movie?
It's 33rd, Port 27, man.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't see Dirty Third second, bro. Y'all was talking about Dirty Third Part 2, the other pod, and I couldn't really chime in because I didn't want to see that shit, bro. I was like, I saw Dirty Third the first.
Clifton
And,
Powell in this one, bro.
Man, I don't care, bro. Clifton Powell being anything about these times, bro.
So now you hate no Clifton Powell, man.
Was Tight
I don't
Eyes
know
in
why.
it?
Yeah.
I ain't
Lil Mario, Chico Bean, Mike Diggity D. It was people in it, man. I'm forgetting some people, but
What's Slim Thug in the last time?
it was not. Why was Slim Thug? It was third was
Wreck Shop.
Rex Shop, SUC.
Slim Thug was in one of these H-Time hood movies, man.
I bet he said 100 times.
Huh?
Ha.
I mean, just because it's Dirty Third and Wreck Shop don't mean it can't be no side representation in there, bro.
I mean, in theory, I agree with you, but in actuality, I don't think the North Side and South Side would do a project like that.
Nah, ESG and Slim Thug did it all of that North Side, South Side drama, bro. You don't remember the song they did, The Cloud?
I remember the song. I remember the whole album.
That's what I'm
I
saying,
don't know if
bro.
that was-
He did. They did it. The North Side, South Side beef with one project. You know what I'm talking about?
That's what they felt like in their heart too. Like, man, we couldn't stop it.
Yeah,
All
man.
this, man, with this one song. With this
Yeah,
one
man.
sound, baby.
Sorry, I'm high and I got distracted by snacks.
This song gonna change the world, baby. This one song, man. All the people that got killed and died, they're gonna forget about all that with this one song, man. Yeah. Have you ever talked to some anyway? What we talking about, Doug?
The outro.
The who?
The outro.
Yeah, but what was the conversation about before? It was the last thing we were trying to get to.
You was talking about your part in Business
Trick.
Net. And I told you that you was a trick, and you said you was a John. And I asked you, in your role, do you give a young lady money for sex? And your answer to that would be, sir?
Well, you have to see the clip I showed you, man, to understand because it's kind of like I'm a method actor. You know what I'm saying? I kind of had, you got to see the role. You got to see it to understand. It's like hard, like acting like me. You can't put it into words. You got to see it to see. You know what I'm saying?
I will say, a more tense dealing with corporate bullshit, Dub, from a year ago. This will be the point where I would say a cuss word to you, because I feel like I asked you a simple question, and I don't think I got the answer I was looking for.
Oh,
but I can't get upset at the way I can't get upset at the way you answered the question. So
Yeah, man.
But I would
really
want to know if the premise of your character is one who is paying for sex. Like, why is your character even on Bissonnet without spoiling the movie?
In theory, because the actor of my caliber, kind of like if you give me a dime worth of material, I really turn it into a quarter, maybe a 50-cent piece. You know what I'm saying? I have that type of star quality. You know what I'm saying? Like I illuminate the scene. You know what I'm saying?
I know, so, and I know you illuminated the scene. You made that scene your bitch, my guy, and I know you did. You know what I'm saying?
You see it? I said it to you. Oh, you can't see it.
I can't see it right now because I'm using my camera that shoots in 4K.
Yeah.
What's up?
Guy,
I just have a question. Is my guy the modern my nigga? Or is that just because I feel like people try to use it in place of? Like no, they're just trying to be PC. Like, my guy, why can't my guy? Like,
you know what I will say for me it is because when I'm at work I just can't be like, hey, my nigga, what's up? But when I'm at work I can't say my guy, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I dip in and out of corporate mode depending on how much I've been drinking and what I got going on. And sometimes when I really want to get a point across the book, I do try to be more corporate with him because he's a weird guy in a good way.
Weird.
But like I'm saying though, like I know you made this. I know you made the part. You took the part what they gave you and you made it you. I'm just asking, did your character how it was written go to Bissonnet to buy pussy?
See, the whole thing is my part wasn't even written in the movie. So that's why I was trying to tell you. My part wasn't even written in the movie. What?
Can you say the word no?
I just want y'all to see. I gave y'all visual proof of my part, and I think once you see, it's one of them you got to see it to understand the type things. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why it's hard for me to describe it. And not that I can't say the word yes or no, but it's like the scene is so pivotal to the movie, and so indicative of my talent. It's hard just to put it into a simple, I was doing this.
If I watch this clip and you have like 5 seconds of fame and you done hyped us up saying your part is so pivotal in the movie and like you're the main character, like if you don't have, if I don't see you in the majority of this movie, bro, I'm gonna be mad at you.
No, I told you I had a cameo, bro. A cameo
was not a pivotal point in the movie.
No. See, at first it wasn't supposed to be, no. But because of the way that I did my role, when you see the movie's not right without me in it. That's all I can say. The movie won't. The movie wouldn't be right without me, without my part. It would still be a good movie.
Were you driving that white car in the movie? That clip you sent us?
Yeah, that was me in the white car. So
And you must have gained some weight because
Boogie, do you have speaking lines?
Bro, it's not about having speaking lines in this role.
Oh.
This role, I didn't have to say much because it was like
so you're a
it was
background
action.
actor.
It was like it was the action of the way you saw how my hand was moving. That was
so you just really was a nigga going to Burger King on Bissonnette, and you were driving by in a white car, and that's what your role was. So you wasn't even like
no.
So you was trying to get a Whopper and get the Whopper at the same time.
He doesn't have a white SUV.
Yeah, I do.
If you was in a white SUV, then you was a creeper and you was like doing some sex trafficking, bro.
I was in the movie, bro. I was written. One of the actors got into my car, bro.
As being sex trafficked because you was in a white creepy van.
I don't drive a white creepy van, bro.
Not personally, bro. I'm talking about in the movie.
I was driving my car in the movie.
Like your real car is in the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it took me a while. We had to do the scene like 3 or 4 times because I kind of had to get into it, like the way I was going to hold my hand and, where I was going to,
You had to practice. You had to practice the way you was pulling that hot 25 out your pocket.
No. I wrote that out of the script for myself.
I thought it was a script though.
They tried to give me the script at first.
So they tried to give you a script, but then there wasn't no script. So which one was it? Was it a script or was it not a script?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I got a fan base, bro, and they don't expect me to behave in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? So I can't,
So your fan base won't expect you to be paying for pussy, but your fan base would expect you to be on Bissonnette with the hoes.
They won't believe it.
They won't believe that you're paying for it, but they okay that you on Bissonnette with the hoes.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I had was called a cameo role, a cameo, right? So it's not me being in the movie. That's like when Lil Wayne was in what's that movie LeBron James did over? House Party.
I thought it was Juvenile. Lil Wayne was in it too?
Yeah.
Oh.
When Lil Wayne was in it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was Lil Wayne, but it was like, Lil Wayne in the movie, or Maya in the movie, or Juvenile's in the movie.
So it was like, James Boogie in the movie.
Yeah. Even though I was playing a role, role wasn't important.
Were you playing James Boogie in the movie though?
No, I was just playing. Kind of.
So you were playing James Boogie in the movie, and it's believable that James Boogie would be off Bissonnette.
No, it's believable that James Boogie would be in a movie.
You know what's not believable? And I don't know. I was trying to segue, trying to steal Dub and start another podcast, just conspiracy theories and geek shit. And EDC.
I can see that would be, man, because I'll be feeling like sometimes conspiracy theorists, I would think they're off their rocker sometimes, but then sometimes they be right as hell.
You, sir,
yeah,
in your thought process,
yeah,
you are closer to conspiracy theorists than you know.
Oh,
and that's not like a shot. I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
Yeah, you have more in common with conspiracy theorists than you know.
I probably have stuff in common because I think that I don't think the majority of them are unintelligent people. It's just like come on, man. Some of the stuff, like I said, some of the stuff has validity. Then it's always that point where it's like, and then the spacemen could transform their faces. Like, come on, man, I was with you, man.
Until the spaceman transforms in your face, though, you dig? Like, hey,
it's like certain things. Like, what I'm saying is the randomness of life. This is why I always say that every plot to do anything is doomed to fail or doomed to have glitches, because you can have 1,000 people or 10 people or 5 people, but it's contingent upon everybody doing exactly what they say they're gonna do and not telling. It got like you people are unpredictable, bro. For the craziest reason, they can just jump ship and like, man, he got $1 million, I got $1,000,001. Or he got $1 million, I got 900,000. Or my gal wanted to talk to him. We made $200 million under the table. My gal wanted to talk to him. I'm gonna tell. It could be the strangest thing, or he think he better than me. That could be the strangest reason for somebody for a multi-billion-dollar scam to come out. So what's the safer bet? To be legal or to try to be illegal? I'm thinking, man, be like,
I don't think you need as many people on board for a multi-billion-dollar scam or whatever it is you just said that you think you do, though.
I could be wrong.
I think the amount of people that you think you need on board, you don't.
I could be wrong. I think I was speaking. Well, I think you're right. I think what I was referring to more was like the conspiracy theories that have layers of, like, oh man, the CIA and da. I'm like, okay, hold up now. Even like let's say the CIA and they say, oh, Hoover did this, right? And that could be, and yeah, he could have, but there's so much documentation and so much action and so many moving parts that have to go along with him moving. Somebody else gotta know. And what makes that person not tell?
I want to know whoever the redacted department is. They know all the secrets, bro.
I don't think. Well, I think the department's too big for anyone to know everything. Like, someone might, and that's another thing too. Is like, I wonder, do they get the whole document or do they get sheets of the document so they don't get the whole picture?
And then one person puts it together, I think, yeah. But it's like, yeah, we're going to release these UFO files on the green men that we found 20 years ago. And then they release them to the public, bro. And everything is redacted except for like 3 words. You could have kept that shit.
I mean, I think, yeah, you're right. But even in that, in the act of being transparent, sometimes you have to understand that most people aren't intelligent enough to get all the information all the time. Like you telling people, oh man, it's XYZ. There's a contingency of people who will act a certain way that could be detrimental to the safety of all. That could be detrimental to the safety of all because they're not ready for certain information. There's a group of people be like, oh, it's aliens. I mean, we got to start killing everybody who got a different skin tone, or we got an XYZ, and that could lead to some like, man, nah, man.
So
nah.
I agree. I can agree with what you're saying. My question would be, how does the person that deems this information who is the person that deems that society isn't ready for this information? And how do we know that they are not withholding information we need to know? Like, how can we trust them not to be withholding information that we need to know, like pertinent information we need? Like, who are they to dictate what we should and shouldn't know?
I think that's a great question, and I'm not saying I'm an expert and I know all the answers about this, but I would say that like the greatness of great thinkers is the ability to not think sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is they don't have to, like, sometimes me not thinking is the best thing to do. Me getting other people who think better or have more knowledge on the situation is better. So to say if it's a person, I would probably think it's a committee, right? Because and then in the committee, you probably have people who study these things and understand ramifications. They probably have. I mean, you have think tanks. You have spaces that people, they pay people just to sit around and kick around ideas, so they can have perspectives that are from a certain tier of thinker. They go search for prodigal kids, so they can hone those minds and amp those minds up, so those minds can then go sit with other great minds and ponder over ideals and idealisms and scenarios and possible, with the information that they've gathered on this subject over a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? So all that being said, who else supposed to make it? You want somebody like me? Are you making that decision?
I think it's the shadow government that's making these bigger decisions, and not so much, or not making a decision, but implementing their own agenda of what they will and won't let us know. It's not so much that they're purposely keeping information from us. That's just a byproduct of them keeping power and getting rich. I don't think they even think of us in terms of, oh, people should know. I think they think of it more as like, if we keep this from them, they'll keep believing this. And we just keep pushing the media to have this argument of whatever while we make sure this law passes or this law fails or whatever, all these different things. So it's more of, dangling something in front of us. They're more concerned with keeping us distracted, while it gives them the opportunity to do whatever they want on the backside, on the down low, whatever you want to call it, making their dealings and just keeping themselves rich and keeping themselves insulated from us.
I agree with that. I agree with that too. But I would think that's the issue. The issue is that I think that if they're more like I guess because of money, you have people who are willing to be in a position and manipulate it so they can have more money. You have other people who their motivation isn't money, but there's less of those, and the ones who have money, they do nefarious and back underhanded and tricky shit to ensure they can keep the money. You know what I mean? Because that's their motivation, and that's messed up. But I mean, but like even in that scenario, you don't think that the person with the money, or this is a theory. The person that has the money or control and is controlling it, think they want to keep people? They want to keep this thing moving, or they want it to implode?
What was the last thing you said? Keep moving
or implode?
Oh, of course they want to keep moving.
Yeah.
And they already know how to control us, how to keep us entertained.
Yeah.
With the algorithm, with social media, with not fake news, but exploitive news. Like, they can tell the same story two different ways, depending on which side of the aisle they're trying to motivate. Are they trying to get people angry that rioters are trying to loot cities, or are they trying to get people to be mad at cops because they're assaulting peaceful protesters? And it depends on who's asking the questions. So people on the ground, what it's going to look like on TV. So on TV, it looks like cops are assholes and they're oppressing everybody, and we should fight for our freedoms. And on the other side, you're going to show, these crazy liberals that don't know how to behave in public and are acting a fool or whatnot. And it could just be one arrest, or it could be footage from a different thing and presented if it's the same place. So it just depends.
Okay. So in that vein, but what is more conducive to keeping my money flowing? Because which one of these positions is going to keep up? I'm just thinking, like, if I had a bunch of money and I had a bunch of influence on how the money was, churned, right? My methodology, my thought process would be, okay, let's keep this moving like this, and let me eliminate the things that are going to deter my workers from working, to trying to, like Walmart's a perfect example, right? I feel like Walmart is like, shit, we gonna take out the small daddies around us in the neighborhood, but we're not gonna do that and then jack our prices up to be too high to not afford our customers. So we're gonna do two things. We'll do something fucked up for money, and that's kill the small business. But even in doing that, we're still going to make stuff affordable for the contingencies around us, so that our stuff keeps going and their stuff keep going. That's just how I think they would think, as opposed to like, nah, we finna kill all the small stores around there, get in there, and then hike the prices up triple. So now we finna bleed, and they can't go nowhere else. They gotta come to us. So eventually, you're gonna build a resentment in Walmart, and we're gonna want to burn that whole down or steal from it.
They already do.
I mean, well, yeah.
There's Walmarts that are shut down in Portland and all over California because the laws are so lax that they're just losing money hand over fist, letting stuff go out the door because they can't do anything to prosecute. And Walmart is one of the biggest ones. They'll prosecute anybody and everybody. They'll even prosecute people that forget to scan something on their whatever. They'll have people get arrested because they didn't scan a Kool-Aid packet or something stupid for over 50, 60 cents. They'll fucking sue them.
Yeah. If you ever want to have a laugh, just go to the far right exit of any Walmart with that little side door and just sit there for like 10 minutes. And you'll see people walk. When he was still trying to walk out, they open that door. Sir, can I talk to you right quick? Sir, can I talk to you right quick? Sir, you'll see it like 4 or 5 times, especially in the summertime, because, it's a lot of people escaping the heat in Walmarts. So it's like you have a different element of people in there that might view 3 hots in the cot as a great way to spend the next 4
I ain't been to Walmart since I walked in there and saw they had security shit on the steaks, bro.
On the what? Oh, tags on the steaks?
Yeah, they had security tags on the steaks, bro. We had, like how, you get security tags on your clothes or something. It was the food version of that. I ain't been to Walmart since, bro.
That's interesting. I'm with Dub. And this we can end on this, man. We can talk about how Dub ruined a store for me.
It's bothering me that your sunglasses are crooked, bro. But
are they crooked? That's my head crooked, man. You're the third person to tell me that, man. Are they crooked?
Yeah, they crooked as fuck.
Yes.
Maybe I'm tripping, man.
It's a little straighter now, but when you first had it on, it was like a cockeyed.
Oh,
it still is a little higher. Yeah, it was like that.
You see, what happened was the 3 motherfuckers. It was 3 big motherfuckers. Now, what were you saying? Walmart.
Store that Boogie ruined for.
You say I ruined the store.
Oh yeah, Dub. Yeah, Dub ruined the store for me, man. So many years ago, man, we used to go to Kmart after. We used to go Kmart for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? So one day, me and Dub, I don't know if we had to work. I pull in. I don't know. But I had to been driving because he ride with me for whatever reason. And he's like, man, we can't go to Kmart no more. I was like, we can't go to Kmart no more, bro. It's Kmart, bro. They got all these specials and deals. You can get a little kid for $12 if you want one. Like, man, my old lady, them suing them. We can't go no more. I was like, damn, man. We can't go to Kmart no more, man.
Yeah, well, T-Lady slipped the Kmart fail, man.
You can't go to Kmart anymore anyways. They're out of business.
Yeah, well, that was only in certain states.
Yeah, they're open in a couple of states.
Yeah, it's one in Tampa for sure.
Although I feel like Kmart turned into CVS, bro, because as soon as Kmart closed, CVS started popping up. But, that might just be a coincidence.
You might be right. Remember Eckerd's?
It fucked me up when we went to Miami and Walgreens had a liquor store, bro.
Benita,
too, you can get liquor everywhere. Gas stations.
Where?
In Reno. 24/7. 7 days a week.
Y'all, Reno sound like it's like Vegas and New Orleans. Well, see, that's what fucked me up about being in Georgia. You could get liquor 7 days a week.
Sunday? That just sounds wrong.
Yeah, no.
In the South?
In Georgia, man. But see, Georgia really ain't the South. And I had this conversation with these.
Fuck Georgia. Whoa, time the fuck out. Georgia's not the South?
Let me explain why. So in theory, yes, it's the South because of the Mason-Dixie line. It's the South. But when I was in Georgia and I was talking to the locals, this is what they told me. We were talking about the South, and they all collectively said Texas ain't the South. And so I looked, and I'm like, what you mean? And then they broke it down, Mason-Dixon line, all of these. They consider like Georgia and Virginia and all this bullshit the South. This is where your Southern belles come from. And then they was like, Texas is just Texas. So, but I'm like, how? There's nothing any more Southern outside of fucking Mexico. But whatever.
I think they're talking more culture-wise, and because anyone I know that's from the South talks like they're from the South, have that Southern drawl, real nice and slow, like. And so we don't have that much in Texas. Like East Texas, maybe, but West Texas, not so much. But I still don't get how Georgia's not the South. You didn't explain that part.
Because they hated on Texas not being the South. That's why. Fuck
see, he said.
Fuck them.
But you say Georgia ain't the South.
It's not. It's really the East Coast, man. If you would want to, it's really more the East Coast than the South.
You saying in revenge? You getting your revenge on those Georgia bastards? What you trying to say, right?
But I don't feel like I'm in the South when I'm in. I didn't feel like I was in the South when I was in Atlanta. I really felt like I was more East Coast than South in Atlanta.
And you get soul food. If you can get soul food, it's the South.
Their soul food is trash, bro.
Really?
Hell yeah, they can't cook in Atlanta, man. Savannah a little different. Savannah, I'm sorry, not Savannah. Boogie's old stomping grounds.
Augusta?
Augusta's different. Augusta's soul food was a little better. Fuck Atlanta. Mississippi the South, Alabama the South. Like I felt like I was in the South in Alabama. I felt like I might be lynched if I was caught outside at night, you know.
Sorry. I know the feeling. Oh fuck.
Yeah, so you know that's the South, and you know Mississippi the same way, but nah.
Yeah, you don't get off on an I-10 inviter. No. Daylight, yeah. I'll stop and get gas during the day, but I ain't doing that at night. Not even at dusk. Fuck that. I'll push my fucking car.
No, although they were trying to be a little progressive when the George Floyd shit was going on. They had Black Lives Matters billboards, inviter and shit like that, but I ain't falling for that bullshit.
In the early 2000s, we had a road trip somewhere. I think we went to the Oil Palace somewhere.
No, we went to Atlanta.
I forgot where it was. That was the land trip?
Yeah.
No, that wasn't land trip. That was the trip when it was a turnaround on the hooker tour. But anyway, so somehow we coming back from, and we stopping by Dub Sleep. We about 10 deep. We in two expeditions or trucks. So Dub Sleep. So we like, man, we need some gas. Dang, where we at? Vital? Oh shit. Well, we need some gas. Gotta stop. Dub Sleep. So me and the manager said, hey man, tell Dub go in there, pay for the gas, and then ask him if they got some crackers. We invite her. He don't know where the hell we at. So so we play sleep. Or I play sleep. You're like, hey, Dub, man, Boogie sleep, man, and ask me if they got some crackers. He went there, asked him for some crackers, man. Oh, man, we must have laughed the rest of the trip, man. We must have laughed.
The only thought that came in my mind was, the fuck they want crackers for? I didn't know we was invited. I was asleep, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, you got some crackers in this bitch?
Man.
You know?
Was it a well-lit fucking gas station?
No, it was like 12 o'clock in the daytime.
Okay.
I didn't feel no kind of way. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you why I did feel weird at. I was in Pruitt, Alabama. We took some kids on a freedom tour, bro. And part of the freedom tour, we would take them to historical places where like Dr. King spoke and all that shit. And we was in Pruitt, Alabama. Walked across the bridge that they marched across and all that shit. And so as my counselors took the kids on the tour, me being me, I like to veer off and just kind of explore on my own, you know? And so I kind of like made a left and right and was trying to go find a little convenience store to buy some squares at. And I walked in this convenience store, bro. And have you ever just felt like I was supposed to be in here? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got. Like, I bought my squares. Nothing really was said to me. It was just some looks. And it was like some good old boys in there, bro. And this is like evening and getting towards the dusk. So we was pulling out soon anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And as I walked out the store and stood on the sidewalk and lit my cigarette, and I saw some people across the street, and I just felt like everybody was staring at me. And I said, man, let me
Did you
go.
get out of there?
Yeah, I said, let me go find the rest of the colored people, man. So at least we can be together if something go down.
When you said that, I thought of that movie Nope. When what's his fucking name? Daniel.
Daniel. Oh yeah.
Kaluuya.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna pronounce it. Kaluuya. But him, when in the movie Nope, he looks up. Nope. He just turns right the fuck around. It gave me chills. That's what I felt like. Nope. Fuck this. I'm getting out of here.
No. Okay. Real last thing.
Yeah,
real
I gotta get out
last
of there,
thing.
bro.
Yeah. The first sentence you're saying to an alien if you see one.
What the bitches? I want to see what alien bitches look like, bro.
Well, I'm saying they gonna eat you. What if it is a bitch that's talking? You won't know because what you think she gonna say? I am the bitch.
I hope so. Yeah, please do.
Fuck.
I ain't finna say take me to your leader. No shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
How many? Keep going. I don't say it. I would say it, but I would say it. You've seen a bunch of movies, alien movies.
Yeah.
I come in peace would be my sentence. I come in peace.
No.
I come in peace.
Not if the aliens land in Texas, bro. They gonna get shot.
I come in peace. I don't know what they doing back there.
It don't matter. It don't matter if you come in peace. If the aliens land in Texas and you there and you can be telling them you come in peace, they still getting shot, bro. So you with the fuck shit because you look like the people that shooting me.
Oh no, you Texas would be shooting.
Why is it gotta be black people shooting up the aliens?
No, well, it's Texas, so it's everybody. It's Texas, so it ain't Chicago. It's Texas. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, everybody shooting.
You just told me Texas is stupid, man. If I saw an alien ship come down, I'm gonna shoot at it with my primitive weapon. These niggas just flew down here from
my
another
weapon
planet,
ain't
man.
primitive though. In my mindset, I got the latest Daniel Defense AR-15, bro. You know what I'm talking about?
I'll just be like, hey, can you make me live a couple centuries? 50, 100 of them. I don't care. I'm good.
That's why I'm asking where the bitch is at. Because if I ask where the bitch is at, I get in good with them. Then they gon' share they youth serum and all that shit with me, and I'm a shit. I'm gonna be in the spaceship with them.
You know how long it would take me to knock down an alien chick?
I mean, don't ask me to answer that question because you're gonna say I'm creating a narrative.
it would take me about a year, maybe 2 years.
That's a lot.
Now it's the truth, man. Because I don't know how they get down, bro. They might be the opposite way, where they the ones that's the strokers. I gotta see how they operate, how they treat they men. I gotta see a bunch of stuff, man. Because
maybe they just bump foreheads.
Exactly.
Foreheads.
If they just bump foreheads, then I definitely have to be. I'm out of there, man. Because I had to explain to them. No, see, this is called a penis, right? And what you do is
or a head, not foreskin. I'm talking like how cats bump heads whenever they meet.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have to explain to them that that's not how I get off, alien bitch. You got to do something different for me. We can bump heads 100 times. I'll get you there. I'll get you ready to be alienisha. But
from the aliens I've seen, I would not fit in their mouth. So what use of them? More good are they than me?
What I was saying, Boog, is that whole sentence that whole sentence and situation you just created ain't gonna take a year and a half for you to go through that. That's gonna take you like the amount of time it took you to say that shit to us. That's the amount of time it's gonna take you to say it to the alien bitch, and you gonna be trying to smash, bro.
I I had man, like if they, I would tell you the aliens that I would smash. Supergirl.
You can't smash all the humanoid aliens, bro.
Okay, well, I thought I might smash the big chick from the Fifth Element with the blue blood.
Of course you would, bro.
What is Ahsoka?
Ahsoka Tana get it too, bro. She's some kind of alien species.
What kind of alien is she?
I forgot
Whatever
the name of her
alien she is.
species, but she'd get it though.
Or whatever she is, specifically Rosario Dawson.
Hey, the blue bitch from Fifth Element to get it too, bro.
The what you call it?
The opera singing blue bitch, she'll get it too, bro. Yeah.
The green chick from Ahsoka, she'll get it too. With the two with the two pipe tubes on her head, she'll get it.
Yeah, she got a little.
She got a kid though. She got a kid.
Boogie don't care about that. But Boogie don't care about that.
Look, no. She like humans though, because the kid is half human, right?
Yes, he is. Mr. Doom's kid.
See what I'm saying? Let me think of alien. What's Quill girlfriend name? She'll get it. Gamora.
I mean, you naming all the humanoid bad bitches though.
Antenna girl. She get it too.
Yeah.
She cute in real life though.
So is Gamora.
She's half.
You see that? It don't count because y'all counting all the bad bitches, man.
Bruh, so you telling us we shouldn't count the bad bitches?
No, I'm saying that. Have you seen? did you watch American Gods?
Yes.
You know the African deity that was consuming men during sex.
Yeah. I wouldn't. No, she wouldn't get it.
No. See, that's the problem though. Knowing that, because she got finer as she smashed these dudes, bro. And
yeah.
I would smash knowing that she was consuming men. I still would smash, bro. Like I actually wanted to.
No. I'm not into that sadistic type shit that you are. I don't want to die when I'm getting my shit off. I want to get my shit off and be able to tell somebody or be able to, relive it in my brain. Like, yeah, man.
Well, you don't know you're gonna die. Like you don't know you're about to die. You don't know that.
Yeah, I know you don't know, but damn, I'm talking about a head. If I knew, then I was like, nah.
Because I would feel like I can hit and not die though.
Okay, I can see that.
Because I feel like as long as you pull out before you nut, you good.
I don't think you can nut. I think if you nut, you still lose. But what do you call it? Oh fuck! What was her name? Damn it! God damn it!
The dead bitch. You gotta be saying bitch. The dead woman.
Yeah. American Gods.
Yeah.
Dead wife could get it.
Yeah. Dead wife.
Dead wife.
Yeah. As dead wife. Yeah. I bet that stinks, man. I bet that stinks.
I can't smell, so I'm good.
I bet that smells like
I'm gonna try it cold.
Manure sewage, man. I bet it's all kind of infectious slime sludge up in there, man.
Maybe, but it'll still be cold, and I haven't had cold. Have you ever had cold?
Better get some ice cubes and put it in a live woman. Okay, let me see. Who else? An alien. Yeah, now, I mean, if Groot had a girlfriend, I wouldn't do Groot. I would not do Groot. So is that better for you?
Who?
If Groot had a girlfriend that was a Groot, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do the rock chicks. Yeah. The rock chicks wouldn't get it. The rocks. Your boy's best friend from Thor. Those rock people, they're androgynous. And the men have the babies. I wouldn't do them.
Well, I can see that because it could kind of hurt because they're rocks.
Yeah, and they're rocks. I mean, I don't care how you shape a rock; it's a rock.
I don't think you get how DNA works. you can't mix DNA with rocks. It's just mineral deposits.
Is that I didn't think about that one. Speaking of rocks, man, the thing probably had that's not only could he not bone his girl, but he also had to get a blind chick so she couldn't see him. That's messed up. I'm ugly. I don't know why. How come he turned into the thing and lost his nose? I didn't understand that part.
I mean, do we know if he lost his piece, bro? Because that could be good for the young lady.
Shit.
He had two boys. He had twin boys. So
After
You
he
think
was
they
the
did
Rock
a,
dude, right?
Yeah.
He had kids. That's what I'm saying, bro. So
Ben Grimm had
Who?
kids.
he did, yeah.
And Grim had kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were both
I gotta explain.
Rocky.
You gotta
They were
explain that
twin, they were
one,
twin
man.
boys that were, I don't know.
They were artificially inseminated, man.
They do
He
need
didn't
to. They
put
do need
his-
to. Maybe they were able to. You know, I mean, his homie is the smartest man alive, Reed
Yeah,
Richards.
yeah,
So
that is true. It's like
you know, maybe they were able to extract some shit and you know.
How do you feel about Jim from The Office being Dr. Reed?
I don't know, man.
I feel like he's too young for it.
He surprised me with his. Isn't he in them John Clancy movies or whatever?
Yeah. Tom
yeah,
Clancy.
Tom Clancy. He surprised me with that role. Yeah. That surprised me. So I can see it. Can you imagine that conversation between Reed and the Thing? It's like, look, man, okay, I got this thing I could do, right? I know you want to have kids, so I'm gonna need you to jerk off.
Why would you want to do?
I mean, you owe him that. You owe him that. I'm only fucked up because of you, my nigga.
I'm gonna go ahead. You're gonna have to jerk off into this vial right here. I'm gonna take the Rock DNA, put it in your blind girlfriend. I'm gonna have to give her some kind of special loop. Like, this baby can't come to term, bro. It's because it's gonna be a Rock baby. It's gonna destroy her
There's a
whole
50-50
beautiful
chance
cat.
that it'd be a rock baby or a human skin baby.
Somebody's
This
gonna
baby-
listen to this and think you're talking about Dwayne Johnson. But go ahead though.
If the Rock baby comes out, if this Rock baby comes out and has any rocks in it, this woman's vaginal crevice is destroyed. So we can't. This baby can't go to term. Twins? Oh man, we're gonna have to.
Maybe they were born as human. No, because they were like fucking 8 or 9. But in Marvel, usually mutants don't mutate until they're their teens because it's like puberty for them. So I would imagine they were born humanoid, humanish, whatever. But then when they turned teens or started whatever, they became rock.
That's crazy.
Or they were
This is
born
true.
humans and their skin touched air and became rock after they got out. I don't know.
And that's wild, man. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
So we got a trash can over there that you can go rock jack off in.
that's crazy. I gotta get out of here though, bro.